it's your boy Joseph Rothschild, aka MBT. This is going to be a little bit of a different stream than normal. I want to go really long. I want to be able to talk to you all for a long time, but there's one thing that's stopping me from doing so, and it is my doo-doo ass. So, for the past 3 days, I've been uncontrollably shitting out of my doo-doo ass. I don't know how to solve this problem. For the first day, was paired with fever and chills, and then since then, it's just been constant shitting out of my doo-doo ass. My doo-doo ass is completely raw. They always say, like, you need to call the doctor if there's blood in your stool, right? And there's blood when I wipe, but I think it's because my asshole is just chafed to shit. Oh, my God. It's not until you're shitting out of your doo-doo ass uncontrollably that you remember all the times that you weren't shitting out of your doo-doo ass. We've all been there. Yeah, sound off in the chat if you've all been there. Have you all shit out of your doo-doo ass in the past? Yeah. We have all been there. I have a little bit of Pepto. I've been taking Imodium. People told me to get Imodium. It's been alright. I also got Ensure. First thing I've been able to keep down. I'm on the brat diet. I'm eating bananas. I've been eating applesauce. I haven't had any toast yet, but that's just because I don't trust our toaster. You know, I personally don't get it. And if you put the bread in the toaster, the toast comes out. Where does the bread go? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of fucked up that we all just sort of trust that there's not some sort of Warlockian wizardry happening. We all feel safe eating it. Anyway, it's rough. Thank you everyone who showed up. By the way, I just want to begin by saying thank you everybody who showed up to watch the Edison event on Gage's channel. And of course everyone. Whoa, NBT? What the fuck? It's a sign. NBT on that building. Anyway, thank you to everyone who showed up to the Edison stream and the event proper. Alex sent me a thing and he was like, hey, I need X video. And I was like, listen, I don't think I can sit in front of a computer for 10 minutes right now. And he was like, why? I just saw you on stream. Every second I was not on camera, I was either shitting out of my doo-doo ass or like hunched over like this, just like doing my best. When you all were asking for like cameras of us during the stream, the reason we didn't do it is I was like, I really cannot maintain composure for 40 minutes straight. It just isn't going to happen. Ugh. But, anyway, thank you for everyone who showed up to that. We hosted it on Gage's channel, and I think we peaked around 700 viewers, which is incredible. It's really good. It's like 3 times Gage's viewership. Super happy with the turnout online. I thought the production was real slick. Shouts out, of course, to all the sponsors of that event, to the Pittsburgh Knights for putting it on. You know, the turnout was pretty low in person. I think only like 25 people showed up. But, you know, it's an area event for an alt format. And I know the PK Knights people were really happy with the turnout. They were excited that many people showed up. And we were excited to have them. And there were some heavy hitters there. Carpath ended up taking the entire thing. You know, if you're not subscribed to Carpath on YouTube, not only did he put up his winning Moja King of the Beasts deck, not fucking with you here, Moja King of the Beasts is what he played. But he is also going to open the prizing, which is a sealed box of Stardust Overdrive. And we tried very hard to convince him not to open that box. He also says in the video it was great to meet Gage and Joseph, and I appreciate him saying that. I met him for maybe 5 seconds in between running to the bathroom. I feel bad that I couldn't have a more lengthy conversation with him, but basically every second that I wasn't actively commentating, I was shitting out of my doo-doo ass. Carpath is goated, though. And King of the Beasts is now completely sold out online. Uh-oh. It's fine, though, because that deck is not good. Carpath is good, is the thing. And I did really like that the event really showcased the difference between like a player who is playing a good deck and a player who is good at Edison. The one takeaway from the event is I'm going to net deck that hybrid Diva Hero list. There was this Diva Hero list that like I think 30% of the event was on. I think they probably all dreamed it up together and then came as a group. But it was Hero Beat playing 3 Diva and 2 Spined Gilman. And the concept was like you would just use Diva to summon Spined Gilman and make a 5. And there were like some hands in which you could make like a 6 if you had already like stuck a an alias, and then you go like Goyo, take Guy. It works with the other 2. Really nice deck. I think it really shoots the gap. Although the top performing Diva Hero deck was the combo variant playing like Maliciouses and shit. Ugh. It's been around for months now. Cameron Saunders innovated the list for an RBT. Oh, fuck. Cam is one of those people, when they show up in, like, an alt format Discord, you just go, well, there goes the neighborhood. Not that they're, like, mean. That they're, like, good. There's, like, 5 people that just have a knack for innovating in alt formats. And when you see them, you're like, fuck, all right. We're going to figure out something that every single person in this event had overlooked for the past 4 years in the next 30 minutes. Ugh. They're actually one of the people who was primarily responsible for making, like, Last Will Stein such a big deal in Reaper format. Is Blackwing still good? I need my hamster mat. Blackwing is still good. Although there was very little Blackwing at the event. There was a smattering of Vayu, and I think there was one aggro Blackwing player, but, like, a lot of people were just like, fuck it, I don't want to play this stupid-ass deck. Fair amount of Fairy. Fair amount of Fairy. Flamvel made finals. I gotta say, there is not a deck in the format that feels more feast or famine than Flamvel. We watched Flamvel on stream and saw the guy open triple Magician, and we were just like, I would kill myself. There's no way that I can play a deck like this. And then in semis, we watched him, like, open Fire Dog, Rekindling, and we were like, this is the best deck in the format. It's just like, it's a deck that you have to be okay occasionally just losing because your deck is feast or famine. Any Lightsworn? Did not see any Lightsworn. I do not think there was any Lightsworn. Lightsworn's one of those decks that I think is, at some point in the near future, never going to be a thing in Edison ever again. It's just not good. It's not remotely good. Was that Gemini deck like any good? Oh, it was incredible. It took names all day, and then it failed to convert. Oh, you mean the Gemini deck like playing Gemini cards? No, no one was on it. Maybe one person was on it. Unfortunately, though, it has kind of cratered in recent weeks. I think that, like, it is a deck with a lot of power, but the second that people start boarding for it, it's over. Man, I wish Dark World was in Edison. Talk to the Tengu plant players. Oh, thank you for the kiss.
The baby says Sadie again.
Oh.
She might have said baby, but she pointed at Sadie when she said it, so I think it's Sadie.
There's a couple toddlers that live kind of close to us that love Sadie, and before they've said any of our names, their parents' names, they probably say their parents' names. Yeah. They know Sadie. They go, Sadie, Sadie, and they're like, can you say Dada? And they're like, no, Sadie.
I don't know if they can say Dada.
Yeah.
Well, one of them, they're twins. One of them can say Sadie. The other one just pointed at Sadie and went, dog, dog.
You can do dog. That's something. Dog.
They were hugging her and loving her, and then when it was like time for Sadie to leave, one of them cried until she could hug Sadie again.
These kids love this dog. Oh, it's been a while since they've seen her, right?
No, we saw them over the weekend.
It's been 2 days. Never mind.
They saw her yesterday morning.
Great. Yeah, no chat. That's a good time to say we've been gone for about a week and a half. And let me tell you, the subscriber count proves it. We're down about 500 subs from where I usually am during this period in the month. I guess that makes sense. That's like a quarter. But I will say, you know, if you like the video, if you like the content, I would appreciate a subscription. I know the money's tight right now because everyone's unloading their pockets to torture Farfa. But it looks like he is going to hit his cap, which is unbelievable, an amount of money that I never would have expected. I actually kind of feel bad for him, though, because I know he was kind of agonizing over whether he wanted to cap it when he was. He was like, I really want a little more time to myself, and he went for, like, the maximum he possibly could. And then people converted to Turkish subs and gave him Turkish subs. And it's like, okay, he went to his analytics, and he's making less money than last year. It's really frustrating. But it is what it is. Ooh. Wrong, Yan. Think of the 10 gifties. Holy shit-a-moly. I appreciate it.
I was patting Sadie. I didn't realize
I was patting your asshole.
I didn't realize I was showing.
This is a certified N54 Lionheart moment. Oh, is N54 Lionheart part of Farfa's crew as well? Wait, was N54 Lionheart doing Turkish subs? Hold up. That motherfucker gave me like 1,000 subs. I was going to say no. Okay, great. He's British? Yeah. Ugh. Oh, that Insure is like ambrosia. It's manna from heaven, folks. Nothing in my tummy, my little boy tummy. Can't have caffeine right now. Upsets my stomach too much, so I'm just running on fumes. Couldn't do coffee. I was like, coffee makes you shit. That's a bad idea. I'll do Red Bull. That was also a bad idea. I'm like gnawing at cacao beans to try and get my fix. Whatever. What if water? I'm so in on water. I will say, shitting out of your doo-doo ass dehydrates you. And so I've been making an effort not to get dehydrated, obviously. And I have consumed, like, I run wet already. I drink, like, more water than anyone I know by a lot. And since I've been shitting out of my doo-doo ass, for the first time ever, I'm like, oh God, I'm, like, dehydrated. So I've had to drink, like, gallons a day. Like, it's rough. Hey, can I buy Flunder off you? Why don't you go fucking die, Danny? Yeah, you can. Why don't you buy cash off me? No, I'm not going to be playing Flunder for this upcoming format. I think it's massively overrated. But I think you would like it. I think it's, I mean, the thing about Flunder, I hate to say it. Folks, they'll crucify me if I say it. Folks, they'll hate me if I say it. Flunder's a lot of fun. It's a very fun deck. I don't think it's particularly strong, which is the reason I'm not going to play it, but it's a very fun deck to play. For me, it's a frustration about bricking, a frustration about a functional auto loss to Droll and Lockbird that keeps me off it. Make sure to record your weight to watch your water. Oh, I should do that. That's a great idea. Let me start right now. What weight are we at? Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay. Well, I'm 210 pounds. Which is 10 pounds lighter than I was 4 days ago. So, uh-oh. Yeah. Is what it is. How tall are you? 6'3"? 6'2". Jesus Christ, I'm not 6'3". Sometimes I forget what normal people are supposed to weigh. There was a time when I obsessed about being like, I want to say like 165 at my height, because that's what I was in high school. And I remember getting to 180 and being like, it's over, you know. Now I've ballooned out to be a big old boy, and I'm just like, this is what people are supposed to weigh. I'm like, I'm a large guy. Why was I ever trying to be this thin? What kind of freak was I? I like to hover right above 200. Sometimes I hover a little higher. This man is not 6'2". I met him at Nats. 6'0.5 max. Very true. You gotta understand, I'm 6'2" when I'm standing next to Danny. When I'm standing next to Peeps, I'm 5'11". 6'2" and 165 isn't normal. I mean, it's within a healthy range, but you can go way up. I'm way too thin, says Quantal. Quantal is quite thin. Quantal has that European slender man, where the Europeans, listen, I love them. They're great. You know how I feel about the British. They're just so wonderful. They haven't discovered the joys of high fructose corn syrup. They don't understand the power of additives, you know. Someday they'll come around. I met him at YCS Leon. He's actually 5'8". That's true. I met MBT at Locals in Uzbekistan. He's actually only 5'4". The number one thing people see or say when they see me is they go, "You're way taller than I expected." And I go, "What the fuck do you mean?" Like, 6'2" is like tall, but it's not like tall. It's like within normal range of human growth. They're like, "I thought you were like 5'5". And I was like, "What the fuck? No, I'm normal." The thing is, people don't believe that I can go out in civil society and just masquerade as a normal guy. Like, people are like, oh, that's not a guy who could like go to a pumpkin patch with his wife. No, he probably gets offline and walks into a cave and eats moss or something. Would you like to go to a pumpkin patch? We should, yeah. I'm in the fall spirit. I spent a lot of time outside today. It's cooling down in Maryland. I finally got my Optimal crew neck available at optimal.shop. I have owned this for about a year, but Gage never gave it to me because he wanted to save on shipping, and he was like, we go to the same events, brother. I'll just hand it to you. And then like 5 events in a row, he just didn't bring it. So this weekend, I was at his house. I actually had to grab it off of like a shelf. Like, I was leaving, and I was like, wait a minute. I got to get this fucking thing. And Gage was still asleep, so I talked to like Dan and Josh, and I was like, where are the fucking crew necks? I'm taking mine. Skamazed. Yeah, it's classic Gage. Legitimate classic Gage. I will say, loved Mexico, too hot. So, we got a lot to get through today. I kind of want to begin with a discussion of the YCS. So I wrote down in my little notes app all the Cancun stuff. So we'll begin with that, and then we'll do freaks. We got so much to do today. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the volume for this, but we're gonna keep it going, and we'll throw it back a little bit. All right, so for those of you that don't know, I went to YCS Cancun 2 weeks ago, and first off, I want to say thank you to everyone who showed up. I did not know I had a Spanish-speaking audience. A significant amount of people were like, Joseph, I don't speak much English. Photo? And I was like, oh, yeah. You don't speak much English and you're wasting it on me? Like, imagine, he's like, yeah, I know, you know. I'm trying to say I speak, but I don't know how to say that in Spanish. It's me habla. It's like, me habla un poco anglais. Bussy, progressy, you know. It's like, you probably should be elsewhere. But everyone was, I really was a fucking dumb American on this trip. I can speak maybe a sentence of Spanish, and everyone was so kind and so accommodating. Obviously, Cancun is a tourist trap, so all of the locals were kind and accommodating. Everyone I played against was kind and accommodating. One guy did not speak a single sentence of English, and I did not speak a single sentence of Spanish, and we played a Rescue Ace Mirror, and it worked. No, he was on Vanquish Soul. Yeah. It was nice. It was nice. Everyone was very kind. So let me run you through what happened. So day one, I get up early. I bought the flights for this like a month and a half in advance. So we actually got a super cheap direct flight to Cancun from Baltimore, and that kicked ass. It was like a 2-hour flight. We got in at like 11 a.m. and then we hung around. We're waiting for Gage and Dan and Crush Carts. And Gage and Dan had landed first. And we're like, hey, we're here. Where are you? And they're like, we're outside the Hertz. So if you've never been to a Mexican airport, there's a million rent-a-cars. And as you walk down the hallway to leave the airport, all these rent-a-car people will be like, hey, senor, hey, we got good prices, senor. And we're just like, sorry, we're not going to rent a car in Mexico. You know, you guys drive on the wrong side of the road, right? No, that's the other country. Anyway, but the reason that they're trying to do that, Waltz, is because there's a lot of taxi scammers as well. So, after, like 20 minutes of trying to find Gage, we realize that there is actually, there's 2 different terminals that American flights can get into. I didn't know this. I just assumed the Cancun airport was one terminal. But we flew like Southwest and everyone else flew United. So we were like, fuck, we're at the wrong terminal. And we're like, okay, well, can we walk over to it? No. There's a shuttle that comes once every 40 minutes and takes a 10-minute ride to the other one. So the hotel's 20 minutes away. We say, fuck it. Let's just take a fucking hotel. So we go outside. We grab a taxi. And they're having trouble with their card reader. And so they attempt to run the card a couple of times before they finally get it. And then the taxi, takes us for a ride, and we go to the hotel. And after we get out of the car, Jillian goes, okay, so they ran the card every time. And I went, what? And she goes, yeah, what did they say it was going to be? And I was like, $50. And they were like, yeah, they charged us $300. And I said, okay. All right, you got me. And we'll call the bank. And we did, and they got it resolved. But it was like, Jesus Christ. But we went right to sleep afterwards. I want to say real quick, cars in Mexico are very different than cars in America. I didn't realize this. A couple of reasons. Firstly, Mexican cars, they haven't distilled down to just gray, white, and black yet. They still have a lot of like red and blue cars. So like we keep driving, and I'm like, wow, look at these red and blue cars. And secondly, they don't have SUVs. Like 90% of American cars on the road are now SUVs. And in Mexico, it's like 10%. So you're seeing like fucking sedans. And it's like, oh, all right, sure. It was a very strange, scenario to be able to look over the street and like see the other side of the road. So anyway, we check in. The place we're at has a pool and direct access to the ocean, and we just fucking go, man. Me and Crush Cards and Gage and Dan, we go pool, then we go ocean, then we go pool, then we go ocean, and then it gets too dark to use the ocean, so we go back to the pool, and then, it is just all day. And the drinks were super cheap, and so we're just going. I have a lot of experience with the Gulf of Mexico because I really my family used to vacation in Galveston, and I loved it. But if you've ever been to Galveston Island in Texas, the Gulf of Mexico there is a little less how can I say this? Clean. It's a little less swimmable. It's like muddy brown at all times and just full of sargasso, which is the seaweed that's buoyant and floats on top of the water. It's a little fucking disgusting. And every time we'd go there for like a week, and always for one day of the week, they'd be like, oh, today's the day that if you have open sores, you can't get in because there's a flesh-eating virus. We're like, okay, but no, I wasn't prepared for Cancun, where the water is just crystal clear. You can see all the way down. I didn't know the ocean could be like that. I was shocked. And it was beautiful the whole time. I swam with not an open wound, but a healing wound in my surgery. And it was fine. Never got sick the whole time I was there. It was so beautiful. Okay, so Gage was doing something there that was very strange. He was talking to everybody. He was like, have you seen the intro that he made for the Galaxy Photon one where he goes, "Hola, chicos and chicas"? He was doing that the whole time. He was like, "Hola, mi amigo," and then he would try and talk to someone, and we'd be like, Gage, and it was really something. He's such a treasure. He's such a treasure. He finally he did get a couple bites. One guy talked to him about what was fun to do for tourists in the area, and I was like, oh, Gage, you're lucky we're not just getting killed. If someone came up to me and was like, "Howdy, partner, what's good in America?" I'd be like, "Go to hell." Anyway, white boy amazes Mexicans by speaking in extremely white Spanish. White boy orders torta perfectly. Hola, mi amigo. Anyway, so as we're about to go in on night one of the hotel workers comes up to us and they go, look. And they have this big tub. And we look in the tub, and in it are 100 little turtles. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, all right, so here's what happens. When the moon is new, like it was while we were there, the turtles can't get to the ocean because they use the moon as a directional input. So on these nights, we stay out an extra hour and just ferry turtles back into the ocean. Would you like to come help? And I was like, of course. And so we spent like an hour ferrying these turtles, and it was the cutest shit ever. It was adorable. Okay, second day. So the second day is the first time I pooped in Mexico. I did not know how Mexican pooping works. So in America, when you wipe your doo-doo ass, you throw all the TP in the toilet, right? But in Mexico, they have those low-flow toilets, and so you have to shit out of your doo-doo ass, then wipe your ass, then put it in a trash can adjacent to the toilet. And I heard this, and I was like, absolutely not. I was like, I will not be doing that. Oh, my God. But I did it. I did do it. And Doug did not do it. And after he did not do it, the toilet no longer allowed him to make that decision. So Doug ended up switching hotel rooms while they, had to plunge it and shit. Clogs Eve. Oh man. No, it was funny for sure. But no, I think ours had a sign over it that his didn't, and ours was like, do not put toilet paper in the toilet. And the first time I glanced over it, I was like, oh, they're saying don't put tampons, don't put sanitary napkins in the toilet. Yeah, that's what they all say, because those things, they don't go down well. They make a fatberg. And Jillian was like, no, it's talking about toilet paper. And I had to Google it, and it was like, yeah, get ready. Anyway, so we just swam all day. We didn't do anything but swim. Day 3, I got up late. The band list came out at 9:30 a.m. What the fuck? Why did they do that? So with regards to the ban list, it was fine. I have no problem with the ban list. I think that a lot of people expected a lot more, and I would have liked to have seen like Eradicator destroyed, all those like stupid non-fun cards destroyed, but the big granddaddy of them all was a Rise Heart, so whatever. I really don't care. I like that they hit Dragon Link. I don't think that deck's like super strong, but personally it's frustrating to me, so I am happy to see that it, got hit. So then I'm like walking around after doing the ban list, and I realize I have a cut on my dick. And I'm like, how did I get this cut on my dick? And I realize that in spending too long in my netted swimsuit, my dick chafed so much that it got cut. So I was like, what am I going to do? I have to wrap up my dick before I go in the ocean. But it healed on its own. It was okay. So during this day, I actually didn't spend too much time in the water because I had to go register. So if you were not there for registration, I have a really cool story. I go to the place for registration. It's about 200 degrees outside. It's always 200 degrees in Mexico. I don't know how these people survive. I wouldn't be able to. But I get into the registration hall, and it is...
I just gotta interrupt. You're talking about a nice trip we went on.
Yeah.
And you're like, but I gotta tell the folks at home, all nearly 1,300 of them, about pooping, about cuts in private places.
This is the allure of my content, Jillian.
I don't think they needed to know that part.
I disagree.
I really don't think they had to.
Everyone in chat saying we did. We had to know. Oh, you can't kiss me because I'm sick.
Yeah, I'll kiss you on your forehead. You're just sunburned there.
Mm-hmm. You heading out?
Yeah.
All right. Love you.
I love you too. You could just say like the water's was nice. The sea turtles were
The
cute.
water was
food
nice. The sea
good.
turtles were cute. On day 3, a cut mysteriously appeared on my penis.
You don't have to tell everyone that.
I do, Jillian.
I don't think you have
You know,
to.
Jillian,
I
I
think
value
you
above
just
all
gotta tell
things.
your doctor
Above
that.
all things, I value the truth. And a lie of omission is still a lie. And sorry that I'm dedicated to truth telling in a way that you could never understand. Like, I apologize for that.
I guess because I'm not telling people about cuts you get in weird places.
That's true. All right. Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. So when I get to the this registration place, I realize it's hotter on the inside than it is on the outside. And that's because the way that this event space is set up, there are 4 floors, right? And there's only AC on the upper floors because heat rises. Like the first floor ideally stays relatively cool. In practice, it didn't. So it's so hot and I'm just sweating my fucking ass off. Like my list is like sopping wet with sweat. It's just terrible. And so I get to the front after hours. I get it in, and the woman who is helping to do the sign-in is slamming back a Pedialyte. And this was my first interaction with this, because in America, we drink Pedialyte to cure hangovers, right? I didn't realize in Mexico, they just drink it like a drink that normal people drink. They're just like, yeah, you know, we're not supposed to be living here. You know, the body isn't meant to habitate in this way. We have to drink medicine like soda. And I was like, wow, that's horrifying. What is Pedialyte? It's like a drink that you can drink when you are severely dehydrated. People don't drink it normally. What the fuck? Anyway, day 4 is the event. It's better Gatorade. Yeah, that's a way to say it. Pedialyte is only delicious if you're dying. Yeah, it's not tasty. Anyway, so we get to day 4, and it was air conditioned, thankfully. And so we get up there, and despite the fact that it's air conditioned, Doug is sweating bullets. And he's like, it is so fucking hot here. Thankfully, I brought a little fan, like a handheld fan, and he's just using the handheld fan on himself to fan himself. And he is playing EXO, and after 3 rounds, the fan breaks. He's 2-1. As soon as the fan breaks, he scoops and he leaves. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't play if I don't have the fan. Gage and Dan have come to play Edison because they want the rescue hamster mat. But then we get there and we find out they don't have the rescue hamster mat. And so they just go home as well. The rest of the event plays out as documented in my thread. So we just go back and get tacos afterwards. On day 5, it's time for day 2. I'm the only one there. I got way too early. We're back on the really hot floor until they open the thing an hour after I arrived because I got there too early. I talk about it in the thread, but I had to win out from the position I was in, and I played against Paulo and then Cam Neal, which is rough. The Cam Neal game, I think the hand was not winnable. Like, my hand could not have beaten his hand. I've gone over, like, every possible option I could have done. But I really felt close. I was 1 game off, but couldn't convert. We'll get him next time, you know. All part of learning. We go back, we beach, we drink, and then Flu wins. And we're like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Hold up. I really have to shit out of my doo-doo ass right now. So I'm going to convince my body I don't have to shit out of my doo-doo ass by entering the doo-doo ass position. And now my body thinks that I have shitted out of my doo-doo ass. I'm going to pee at least. I'll give it something. Anyway, so day 6, one of Gage's little Gage discussions has rewarded us with the recommendation that we go to Tulum. And so on day 6, we do go to Tulum, and it is fucking hot. We get into a car or a van, and it's all. Did you wash your hands? Yep. It's all of us, and then it's going to be 2 other couples in this van, and the AC is only sort of working. So the 2 other couples in this van end up getting moved to another van where the AC is working. And the second couple that gets on includes a woman that is legitimately 8 months pregnant. And I'm just like, this is an all-day thing in 200-degree weather. Like, you got to call it, right? But she did it. She did it. On the way there, we pass by a car that has a Confederate flag sunroof. And I think to myself, I'm like, what the fuck? We're not even in the right country for this. Gage on this trip is dying. He is really dying. We go to Tulum. We go see all these ruins. I've got pictures on my Twitter. And then after that, we go to a... Oh, hello?
Can you zip this for me, please?
Oh, sure.
Also, wait. Sorry to interrupt, but before I go, I gotta show you these cute pictures of these foxes my mom saw.
Oh, you got it caught is why it's not zipping.
Oh.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, you want to see the foxes?
Yeah. Nice.
Look, they're hugging.
I think they're fighting.
Or they might be about to do something else.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, I guess you can. Check out these foxes, chat.
Look, my mom sent this picture to me. I blocked out all identifying picture of the... See?
All right.
They're so cute. Okay, I gotta go now. Also, chat, look how tan I am. Can you move so I can show them how tan I am? I guess you can't see too much of me, but I'm tan.
So Gage is just sweating his butthole off, and thankfully the second half of the day we go to a cenote, which is a naturally occurring groundwater, like cold water resource that occurs specifically in the Yucatan Peninsula because of like the way the limestone erodes. And holy shit, it was unbelievable. It was this like beautiful bright blue water. It was chilly as all hell. Oh, it was just wonderful. And it was so nice after being hot all day. And then there was this, as part of the tour, we did a tequila tasting. And I'm pretty sure this was just the guy's friend who was trying to pawn off tequila on us. But I will say it was the greatest tequila I've ever had. He was like, now you all are excited for the tequila tasting. We were like, yeah, sorta. He was like, let me guess, you've experienced Jose. And we're like, yeah, we're familiar with Cuervo. And he was like, that's gasoline. He's like, you gotta try real tequila. And we did. And I was like, oh, this is actually very nice. Wow. And so we did buy some. And it's great. I didn't realize how shitty the stuff we have is. Anyway, day 7 was our last day there, and we just fucking went. We went beach, ocean, beach, ocean, beach, ocean all day. Jillian ordered fries, and a bird flew off with one of them. I am just Gage and I are just peeling our entire back off because we're too white. And on the final day, unfortunately, I had... I've told this story to Farfa already, but I had the worst encounter with the 7-Eleven lady. The entire trip, I had tricked this 7-Eleven lady into thinking I spoke fluent Spanish. And that's because I would go in, purchase a coffee. She would say Americano or cappuccino. I'd say Americano. I'd hand her the money, and I would say gracias. So she never had any reason to disbelieve outside of the fact that I'm, a cracker. So on the very last day, I go and get the coffee. I'm like, gracias, you know what I'm saying? Americano. And she goes, in Spanish, she says, sorry, we're kind of out of coins right now. Is there any chance you can give me a higher denomination of money so I can give you change using bills? And this was not a sentence that I was prepared to decipher in English. And so I'm just like, no habla. And she's like, okay. And, she was able to, we were able to figure it out. And it was just like, damn, I almost got away with it too. But it was such a wonderful, wonderful experience. What a wonderful country. The event was, the registration was hell, but every other part of the event was run super smooth, under 20 minutes downtime between every round. Oh, these 8-round events, man, that's got to be the norm. 8 rounds is what I can do in one day. Oh, it's just lovely. It was so nice to spend so much time with people I care about, including my wife, of course, but also, my friends and the Yu-Gi-Oh community and shit like that. I guess I'll talk a little bit about the actual, gaming of the event. I think clearly the deck to beat was Unchained, but I appreciate in the top cut it became clear that, you can't just ignore Cash Tira. This deck still very well can just top 80% of the event. The fact that finals was Rescue Ace versus Flu was very funny to me personally. Flu, of course, having a great time because it has a pretty good Unchained matchup in that both Rage and Wave King High Caesar don't actually do anything against the deck. But really, unbelievable that Max was able to take Rescue Ace that far. Super envious, but also, looking at his list, clearly a ton of thought went in. It is really just a masterclass. I will say, though, congrats to Max. Congrats to Jeff as well. That's it would have been really cool if he could win this weekend. Super excited to see the new Agov support for Race. Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens in Dortmund, but I think Race is going to be a deck to beat for the upcoming format after the Diabell Star stuff comes out. It's strange that Unchained doesn't really get anything, but I still expect it to be the top performing deck. And now apparently we have to care about Flu and shit again. So we'll see. Joseph, you got to add this so I can be annoying in many new ways. All right, what are we working with? Yeah, you got it. All right, that's basically the YCS. Now let's do Freaks. I know you people have been just waiting with bated breath for a week and a half of Freaks. You're just so excited. You just chomping at the bit. I wasn't going to go live today because I feel like ass, but I was like, no, I can't deprive them of another day of Twitter Freaks. Folks, we're entering the end game of Twitter where it's pretty clear that this is not going to happen for much longer. So let's just begin at the beginning with some nice ones. First up, haven't posted my silly song yet. Here's my silly song. Let's listen to this.
I'm the man you should pick like a Pikmin. Shirts down to my knees, Jesse Pinkman. Before you talk shit to me, you should think, man. 'Cause I'll run away quicker than I blink, man.
Good stuff. There's actually more here too.
Oh gee, that's my doggy, that's my baby, that's my funny little buddy. Wish he'd hug me, he's a puppy, he's an angel, he's a silly little creature. And I love the way he carries on myself and on my man, and he will always be my friend. That's my Pikmin dog, that's my Pikmin dog, that's my Pikmin dog, that's my Pikmin dog. Yeah, Pikmin dog.
Now, we actually have a follow-up to this one.
Pigman dog. You could save all of my life and be his friend, and yet just because of the look in your eyes, people assume that you hate guys that like to like other guys, and it's a travesty. Captain all of my spikes. That's right, I'm here to say Moss's gay people, Moss's trans people, Moss's bi people, Moss's all the people. She's big and mean and green and never misses supper time. When her and all of my walk in, you know it's puppy time.
So when he's controversial, I mean, there's no other way to say it. The dog does look a little homophobic, but I can't deny that it's puppy time. All right, did you all have fun looking at the good ones? All right, let's go to hell. First up, the only numbers that will matter in the long term are verified followers and likes. This applies to all platforms. Either verify identity through a few dollars of payment per month, or be overrun by millions of bots that cost less than a tenth of a penny each. You can't stop bots, but you can raise the price by 10,000 times. Just like narcotics, the war on drugs doesn't eliminate drugs, but it raises the price substantially. Two things here. One, the bots are verified. Significant amount of the bots are verified. Two, so we'll just stop displaying like counts from people who are not verified. Cool. So the like number will just be the freak meter. And three, the wildly successful war on drugs. Oh, man. Yo, you guys got to understand, this shit is going to go down like the war on drugs. You know, good. It's going to go well. Oh, man. I love this fucking guy so much. He's so good. Oh, man. It is crazy that the war on drugs was won by drugs, but, oh, man, that's rough. All right, next up. I just liked this TikTok, so I bookmarked it. The comments, 10,000 bees. Come outside, bro. Folks, we got more Princess Jane lore. Will she show us some tricks? Place your bets now.
Hi, I'm Princess Jane.
Hi, Princess Jane.
Here is a view of my world.
Hi.
A realm of wonders, filled with mythical creatures
Oh
of
my
all
god,
kinds.
look at all those balloons.
Crystal
Oh!
caverns shimmer.
What the fuck is
Ancient
that?
Forests teem with
Show me the
magic,
crystal
and
cavern.
extraordinary beings roam misty mountains. Stay tuned for more episodes from the universe of humans battling the ravenous Scarlet Scourge.
The ravenous Scarlet Scourge. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Next up, David Brooks. At NYT David Brooks. This guy writes for the paper of record and has written this. This meal just cost $78 at Newark Airport. This is why Americans think the economy is terrible. Correct. 100% correct. Let's dissect this real quick. Firstly, all of the veggies have been taken off the burger in order to consume the burger like a 4-year-old. You know, you can go to McDonald's. Second, we appear to be eating on either a piece of wax paper or a piece of napkin that has been unfolded. Thirdly, there is no fucking way that this costs $78. You know how I know that? Because I can scroll down. The price of the burger and fries, they found the restaurant, is $17, which means the rest of the tab is due to the glass of whiskey shown in the photo. In fact, the restaurant went on Facebook and said he ordered a whole bunch of drinks, and that's how it ended up being $78. Great stuff, folks. This is why Americans think the economy is terrible. You can't even have a burger and fries and no veggies and 8 whiskeys at an airport. Ugh. Good stuff. David Brooks got a picture of his book in his bio, How to Know a Person. Oh, it comes out next month. I can't wait to read it. Oh, I'm sure it's going to be great. That's his last tweet. He hasn't been online since. Wow. Next up. Woman claims she spotted a lifeguard as a family pool. You are not real. All right, listen. Many people have said this already. We are entering an era in American history where people are just very fucking stupid. Let's watch this.
Look at this. Look at this. She heard me. She said something. Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? Okay, no, you are not real. No, ma'am, you are not real. You are not real, ma'am. You are the Matrix. You did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. But we see it for what the fuck it is. Y'all see this shit? Share.
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 $19 Fortnite card. Who wants it?
Cause see, now she's finna call security on me. She's finna call to try to get security, get security, get me.
She's like, I'm not gonna do that.
I see this shit for what it is. You will learn to listen to your sister. You will learn to listen to me. You will learn to listen to me. God damn it! Do you hear me? Do you hear me? You will learn to listen to me. You will learn to see this shit for what the fuck it is.
All right, what is it? Turns out lifeguards are taught a technique called Ellis scanning, which is what this person is doing, which allows them to see if the entire area is fully visually scanned. She's just doing her job. But instead of being like, is this person doing something that I don't understand or am unfamiliar with? They're like, no, this woman is an agent of the Matrix. No, we're in a simulation and this woman is glitching out. People are very stupid. People are very dumb. People are not smart. Next up. Found old high school physics tests. Fuck. I used to be kind of smart, but now I'm just a dumb bitch on the internet. Looking at my 4th grade spelling test, wistfully running my fingers over the frog sticker signifying my genius. Where did it all go wrong? Come on, man. 1, you kept your old science tests. 2, stop telling on yourself, man. All these gifted burnout kids are like, I used to have such potential. I used to be a genius, and now I'm just an idiot. That's a you problem. Yeah, play Creep. We got to listen to Creep. I'm a widow. I think I've kept maybe 1 test from high school, and let me explain to you the context. In an anatomy class, my senior year of high school, I just did not go. I was there maybe half the time, and I was checked the fuck out the entire time. I did not absorb a single thing from that class, but the teacher had a policy where if on the final you found a typographical error, you would get credit for 1 point's worth of credit. So I ended up getting this test and literally writing in 50 different corrections and then getting a 50% on the test. And she was like, congratulations, you got a 75 out of 50. And I remember being like, wow, I really didn't learn anything in this class. Minor spelling mistake, I win. It was really something. Next up. Okay, this one is really fucked up. RIP Nashville. This is their new mayor. Any guess what his politics are? All right. What's going on here? Why are people upset about this group? All right? Put your guesses in the chat. I don't get it. Oh, think a little harder, chat. I bet you can figure it out. You in 13 years. Yeah, probably some. They look Jewish. Yes, it's that the guy is saying they look Jewish. Also, the wife has short hair, which is like, I guess, evil as well. The kid has like dyed hair, which is also evil. But the implication is that this guy is Jewish and has, you know, evil Jewish policies, right? Well, guess what, motherfucker? He's a Catholic. He's imagine being like, no, I'm based. I'm one of you. What if he's actually like, this is their new mayor? Any guess what his politics are? That's right. He's a Catholic. They're going to hell. Oh, man. Just awful stuff. Hate fucking getting online and seeing this type of shit. Awful. White Maoist. Yes. He's actually a Maoist third worldist. Yeah. This is what I mean when I say, like, it's over for Twitter. Like when Elon Musk says, oh, only the likes and the retweets from verified people are going to matter. This is what he means. Is people with the blue check that post shit like this. This is all you're going to be able to see. Next up. LGBTQ. This is where you fail. So according to your rules, I'm a gender girl and I'm sexually attracted to girls. Thus I am a lesbian. Yet I have a penis? You're welcome. Do we have any gender girls in chat? Anyone here a gender girl? All right, next up. Man. So in the new Elon Musk autobiography, there's a ton of really interesting stuff, but one of them is that he almost got killed by his own Tesla autopilot, and I just have to say, God. Oh, it just would have been so perfect. Oh, it just would have been so perfect. Think of all the stuff we could have posted. Don't worry. We got the data. Don't worry, sir. Think of all the good data that this crash has gotten us. Man. Segue moment. Well, that guy did it on purpose. God, looking into this. There's like a quote where he talks about what he wants fixed, and he was like, just code it so it works right. And I'm like, man, I do not envy people who work in IT. This is what they hear all day. Next up. My pronouns are they, them. You not knowing how to use them is not an excuse to not use them. If you don't know, ask for help on how to use them. All right. So this is the funniest thing that happened while I was offline. It is a person trying to come to terms with someone using they, them pronouns, except they will not drop their ooh puppy girl routine. So here we go. Hello. Hey. Hello, pupsy. Is you a girl or a boy? Pupsy? Well, they, them. Please. Just tell me. I need to know. I understand, but, yeah. Well, I'm non-binary. Oh. Okay. Yes. But I need to know. I mean, no, that's correct. Yeah. Oh, wait. Me stupid. Wait. What's your gender? Yes, you're non-binary, but what's your gender? Size. Well, I was assigned male, but I go by they, them. So, you were born male? Yes. Okay. Cool. Why though? Well, because I'm not used to they, them pronouns. Sorry. I'm just not, for some reason. You might get a little angry if I say this, but wait. Well, it's just like using he or she. Just put they instead. Huh? I don't get it. So you're still going to use he, him on me? Will you get angry if I do? I don't get angry. Oh, okay. So it's all right then? No, if you use he, him on me, you probably just won't get a response for me. Ah, all right then. What about she, her? Nope, go by they, them. I'm non-binary. Good stuff. Really fantastic stuff. It's just wonderful to think that this person is like just typing ooh fucking speak over and over and over again. Oh, man. Oh, just awful. Just really bad stuff. It's this is how I'm gonna. Anyone who wrongs me ever, though, this is how I'm gonna talk to them. Next up. Are all the transformations in this game going to be weird fetish shit? Huh? Talking about the jelly bean Mario? Explain to me what the fetish is here, friendo. The jelly bean Mario? is a weird fetish thing? In what way? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Unbelievable self-report. I feel so bad. Next up. Here's the final list of conservative core games, mostly chose by you guys. Leave your thoughts below. This list rocks. I'm pretty sure that people just trolled him and were like, oh, this is a conservative game, and he put it on. These are so good. We talked about this a little, I think, in the very last stream, but I just wanted to spend a little more time on this because there are some that are probably true. Like, I think some of the CODs are probably conservative core, whatever that means. But I love that Fallout's on here. It's so funny. I love that Toho is on here. The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time is a conservative game. DOA. DOA is hardly a game. It's so good. I love it. Revengeance, of course, the very last one. Beautiful stuff. Next up. PSA, we're disabling circles by October 31st. Okay, so why do you think they are disabling circles? I have one guess. I'm pretty sure it's because Elon was mad people had the capacity to talk behind his back. I'm interested in how they're doing this because at present, I think circles just don't work, right? They're like not functional. Anyway, awesome. He's going to make DMs public soon too. Great. Next up. Japan versus India. Some cultures are superior to others. India is pagan, while Japan operates on Bushido, similar to Christian values. So first off, what the fuck? This is just an empty street. Second off, Japan operates on Bushido, similar to Christian. There's just like so many things in this sentence. 1, Japan operates on Bushido, just not remotely true. 2, similar to Christian values. Come on now. Street versus street Japan. I gotta say, this picture of an Indian street is so funny. Like a bull just got out and destroyed a street. The one thing about India that I always notice is that their telephone lines are fucking insane. Because their telecommunications grid was set up without like any sort of regulatory regime at the beginning. So every single one of these telephone poles is just wrapped to the gills with like fucking wire. But, come on. Does anyone have the tweet, by the way? Top 5 things you shouldn't do well in Japan. Kill people. Killing people, you know, is against the old Japanese principle of da-da-da-da-da. All right, next up. Real estate speculators getting a colorful welcome in Barcelona this morning. Let's click this. Hey, what the heck, man? We're just here to purchase some low-cost waterfront property. Man. Wonderful stuff. Here's the Japan picture. We got it. Japan expert here. To understand what's going on right now, you have to realize killing someone is highly disrespectful to Japanese culture. Next up. Another Princess Jane banger. All right, let's settle in for some more lore.
Hello, friends. I'm Princess Jane, and I love you all. Today, I'll give you a tour of my breathtaking castle. I'll show you the glittering ballroom, my favorite
Princess Jane, can you please turn off the fucking fireworks? I can't hear shit.
crystal tower, and more wonders within.
Look at these wonders.
Stay tuned for more exciting episodes of The Scarlet Scourge.
I speak for all of us when I say we will be in attendance. We will be in attendance. Next up. This is so fucking funny. So Netanyahu says, my good friend Joe Biden, and he makes the sign of the cross.
Friends I've checked it over 40 years, and our friendship goes a long way and can take us a long way.
It's amazing. It's like, I can't tell if he's like so senile. He's like, they got some religion here. Fuck, what was it? It's probably got Jesus in it. Or if he was just like, nah, this guy is the devil. Oh, man. Sometimes, like a broken clock, sometimes he hits. This is the second time he's done it.
Friends I've checked it over 40 years, and our friendship goes a long way and can take us a long way.
Amazing. It's a running joke between them. Next up. When she rubbing your stomach and that pinky finger break the waistband, touch my wee-wee, touch my fucking wee-wee. I'm sorry. This is real. This is real. You've all felt this way. You've all felt this way. No, it's not, you motherfucker. No, I haven't. You're lying. You're all lying. You think I felt the touch of a woman? That's different. Ban anyone who says it's not real. Exactly. What is your controversial Star Wars ranking? Okay, so New Hope number 1, incorrect. Empire Strikes Back number 2. It is the best, but fine. Also, all of these are over 10 out of 10. Return of the Jedi 3rd, maybe. The Last Jedi 4th, correct. The Rise of Skywalker. The Force Awakens. Episode 2 and 3. Nah, come on. All right, this guy's in the news again.
Why? Because being a woman is the worst. It's like playing one of your video games without the stick of happiness.
Do you mean the joystick?
I can't believe they let that get past the censors. For those of you who don't get the joke, the joystick is a metaphor for penis.
Now that shit would not fly at that stand-up routine for penis. All right. This one's gone, but thankfully someone got it on Threadreader. Call-out thread. So I don't usually do call-out posts, but I feel the need to warn y'all of someone who I believe is a dangerous and unstable person. This person has been known to sneak into restricted areas around roller coasters to do things of a sexual nature to them. I have not actually caught her, but I did used to follow her private Twitter where she bragged about all her little adventures. She has a thing for RMCs, but her main target is Wicked Cyclone from SFNE. She does not care about the consequences of her disgusting actions as long as she gets off. She has been caught multiple times and is banned as of now, but has implied if her ban gets lifted, she will return to do the same thing. How are there call-out posts for the coaster fucking community? Oh, man. God forbid women do anything. Next up. We did it! I mean, I didn't do shit. But the WGA reached a contract tentatively, which is great. I think SAG-AFTRA is still striking, and I don't think they're returning to work until that strike is over. But one down, baby. One down. We got to see the terms first. Well, if they've reached an agreement, I imagine the terms are amicable. I was really concerned because Jeopardy is returning soon, and like half the contestants for like the TOC are boycotting it because they're like, if you're not going to pay people to write, they were going to use recycled clues, and they were like, I don't want to do that. That's good. Next up. WGA and AMT PTP finally shaking hands is like when the Avengers teamed up with Guardians of the Galaxy. Cue the epic soundtrack, folks. This plot twist has season finale written all over it. Next up. I haven't watched this one yet, but someone linked it to me, so I got to click it.
Many things. It's proof that despite the naysayers, we can make meaningful progress on dealing with gun violence. Because make no mistake, sit down and you'll hear what I have to say. You think you fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Many things.
That's rough, folks. Not looking good. Man, how far are we going to drag this guy? Come on. Next up. Let's talk about the most evil man who has ever existed. I'm speaking, of course, of the Duologs. So this past week, Duologs released a video called Top 10 Best Level 7 Monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh! And let's just watch the beginning of it.
Once Halkifa Brad, Level 7 monsters have been all the rage in the TCG for the past few months for some reason. So today, we're going to go over the 10 best Level 7 monsters of all time that reside in the main deck. And also, since I'm having some major throat problems, we're going to be having AI logs take it away. Kicking off this list at number 10, we have Tenyi Spirit Ashuna.
So he's using an AI trained on his own voice to read articles while he deals with what is at this point a month-long throat issue, which is preventing him from recording videos or streaming. He's been using like alternative people to like voice them, but has decided, it's my channel. At some point I have to, use my own voice, and he can't keep paying, people to do it. So he's like, I'll just train an AI. All the comments are like, why are you using AI? You are stealing money. And he's like, what? From me? Did he disclose that to his audience? The very last sentence before I pressed pause was, let's see if we can get it up.
We're going to be having AI logs take it away. Kicking off
Quebblecop moment. Exactly. I don't know. I have no problem with this, but everyone else did. Never, ever, ever do this again. I just lost a ton of respect for you. Why? I'm having throat problems. Listen. It sucks that he has to do this. I understand that. And I understand people being concerned about the capabilities of this. And I understand people being like, why can't you just pay people to voice them? The answer to that one is you have to make more money on a video than it costs you to make it. And, at some point, it doesn't make sense to be contracting these out. But that's not what Mr. Beast said. Mr. Beast is... When you get as wealthy as Mr. Beast, you can do some other stuff. And finally, this one's just a little, like, inside baseball. But adult throat issues are the scariest thing in the world. If you are ever without a voice for like 2 days, something is as wrong as it could get. This was impressed upon me when I was doing like acting in college. He was like, when you're a kid, you get strep all the time and it's no big deal. But when you're an adult, if you don't have a voice for a weekend, something is dangerously wrong and you need to like run to the doctor. And it's been a month for Duologs. And so I am hoping. Has Duologs gone to the doctor? Duologs is a YouTuber. He doesn't have insurance. I think he's talked about making an appointment, but he's got to wait a long time. Next up. It genuinely scares me how so many creators don't warm up voices before streaming and then scream so much. It's just problems waiting to happen. People like Kevin who like don't do vocal warm-ups and then get online and go, stop, there's no way. I'm like, Kevin, spend like 20 minutes beforehand just doing like, even something like, do some fucking scales or something, baby. There have been times where I've screamed on the channel and then I immediately back off and I was like, that was too far. That was too much. Like, I am now hurt. I got to be silent for the rest of the day. Next up.
Chance of being, but you have a better chance of being struck by lightning than hitting a whale with your boat. There has only been, listen to this, one such whale killed off the coast of South Carolina in the last 50 years. But on the other hand, their windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before.
What?
Nobody does anything about that. They're washing up and show. I saw it this weekend. 3 of them came up. You wouldn't see it once a year. Now they're coming up on a weekly basis. The windmills are.
What the fuck is he talking about? What, you mean like?
Driving them crazy. They're driving the whales, I think, a little batty. And
man, this next election is going to be fantastic. Trump is, he is really melting in front of us. He's going to get on stage and he's going to be like, folks, the whales, we have to let them spread their wings and fly, but they keep flying directly into the windmills built by Sleepy Joe. And it'll cut over to Joe Biden and he'll be like catatonic. Man, we got to get... we got to get someone else, man. We got to get someone else. Next up. Okay, this one's fucked up. A 98-year-old was given a standing ovation by the Canadian Parliament during Zelensky's speech, hailed as a hero for fighting against the Russians in World War II. Quick question. Who fought against the Russians in World War II? Does anyone remember? Who were the Russians fighting in World War II? Turns out he was part of the Waffen SS.
For Ukrainian independence against the Russians during the Second World War.
He fought for Ukrainian independence. Well, sorry, not all Ukrainians. Some of the Ukrainians maybe had a lot of their movement restricted. Oh man, that's rough. Come on. I don't know how they don't have better like PR people for this. It feels like every week they're like, check out this brave Ukrainian soldier, and the person will be like, just have like some Nazi insignia somewhere on them, and it'd be like, dude, everyone wants this to work. Next up. Nice cats. Maybe AI is good. Okay, we're going to end on this. So did you all see this? All right, I know if a fast food commercial has ever made you feel anything, then you are too far gone. You will not see the gates of heaven. This is very cute. Certainly, this is quite cute. I can't wait to have a child and let them experience the delights of life, which in America, of course, refers to the joy of high fructose corn syrup. And pretty much every single ad in Japan is basically like, please have kids. I'm begging you. However, for some reason, this one made people go insane. It legitimately made people get out of their mind. So, one person quote tweeted this, and they were like, look at all the leftists seething over this one. And like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? secondly, I saw someone quote tweeting it, and it was that guy like Daka Taka or something. He's like around, and he said there's no clearer like picture that, you know, the powers that be want you dead. And it's like, what are you getting out of this fucking video that I'm not? Am I missing something? Like it's just like, I don't understand what it is about this ad in particular. Someone made porn of the characters already. I mean, that's being online, you know. The little one shares no similar characteristics with the father. So the wife had an affair. There's no way that's it. That's actually it? No. That's insane, dude. You're out of your fucking mind. You gotta stop watching porn. Do these people like, I mean, thankfully they aren't allowed close to schools, but do these people like go by schools and they're like, that child shares too many characteristics with the mother. It is the result of a, like, oh my God, look at this. This McDonald's ad single-handedly made the Zoomer generation realize the Western media is actively against them and trying to subvert their existence. What the fuck? What could this mean? What could this mean? I don't know. I think I'm like not jerking off enough for stuff like this. Like the Mario one where he's a jelly bean, I guess I can play like 6 degrees of separation, and like maybe it's like he's a slime and like people jerk off to slime girls. This one I just don't get. It's just, it's out of my fucking purview. Wow. Carbon monoxide poisoning? I think it might be. It's because they're white. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Someone linked the new one. Oh, there's a new one. Is lead back in gas or something? I don't know, man. Oh, this is sick. Whoa, wait a minute. There's 2 women in this one that are sharing a meal next to Dracula. I guess I could see people being mad about this one if they're insane. Oh, okay, he kept his hat. I was afraid the hat wasn't going to come back. God, I aim to be that Dracula. I would love to be a Dracula. It's like my number one thing I would love to be. That Dracula is actually white. All right, let's watch Prog. Why are you calling a vampire Dracula? Because I think it's funny. Previously on the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!
I guarantee that you have no idea.
I got the memes tweet up, don't worry.
I can almost say that with confidence. On Progression Series Season 2.
I got OTK'd with
Hey, can a mod please fix the fucking...
What?
Okay, real quick. We didn't get to watch the last one because I was gone. This was the most mad I've ever been at an episode of Progression Series. Alex played fucking Frog Monarch and won. Like, against full power Dragon Ruler, I like legitimately was like, I have to I have to jump into the ocean, and I did.
TK'd with Frog Monarch? Like, how the, what the, what, why, how do I lose to this? How do I lose?
This one was infuriating because post-board, Gage had literally 20 outs to this card. Like, the percent chance that he doesn't see an out in this many draws, it was unthinkable.
I'm actually, like, sickened, bro. I've lost to Vanity's Fiend control, bro.
In this series, both Nim Nim
MBT and myself will be traversing the sands of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. I'm pissing. Fuck you.
For Yu-Gi-Oh booster set. We will build a deck and play a best 2 out of 3, and the winner will receive a small prize to upgrade their deck. However, in each episode, we will open another box of the next set that was released, moving in chronological order, constantly upgrading our decks before dueling each other at the end of each episode. But this time around, we'll be introducing side sets, a new banning system, and plenty of other fun surprises that you'll just have to watch to find out. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series Season 2.
Feels good to shit again.
Call me Butter, cause I'm on a roll.
If you want 5%
5%
off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CMO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
In hindsight, it should have been on Fencing Fire in the side. I wish I was dead. You didn't do anything wrong. That episode...
Bing! Alright, this is the first Snatch deal we've had in a minute. I'm quite excited to have spun it because Alex has a few
snatch
things
the wig
on his collection that I didn't end up getting. Some of them range all the way back to DM era.
What the fuck? Oh! That was crazy. I just went deaf in one ear, and there was just a really loud ringing. And then it slowed down, and now I can hear out of it again. That was crazy.
But some of them are more recent that he's picked up, and the more recent ones are pretty appealing.
Facts.
I'll tell you what I'm up against. I have 3 different cards that I'd like to pick. One of the ones is obvious that we've talked about a few times, and that's Lavalval Chain. This is an incredible card that came out of the most recent Hidden Arsenal we opened, and it's a very banned rank 4. Being able to stack the deck or just Foolish Burial a card is insanely powerful. I ended up not getting a copy of this in my Hidden Arsenal, and I really wanted it. So Alex ended up getting, I think, 3 of them. Good for him. Maybe I steal one from him. Speaking of stealing, he also has number 16 Shockmaster that he just got from his promo pack. This card's very, very strong. I think in Alex's deck we didn't
This
get
is a
the
fun
full potential
thief.
of the card. I'm pretty sure there might be other rank 4 strategies out there that can make better use of Shockmaster. But I don't know. Maybe he isn't the right choice. He's gimmicky, and he can definitely win games, but there might be a better one. The other one that I'm thinking of is actually, honestly, Mirage of Nightmare.
Yeah.
This is a card from way back in Pharaonic Guardian that Alex has had since the beginning of the game.
This card's not good.
The game, as we start to see kind of the tempo of it change and cards going to graveyard mattering a lot less, Mirage of the Nightmare honestly gets better. Once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, draw until you have 4 cards in hand, and if you do during your next standby phase, randomly discard the same number of cards you drew.
Gotta be
Shockmaster.
Shockmaster.
Like MST the Mirage during draw phase or something like that, so you just keep the +4. But also, like
although
I said,
Laval Chain's
cards
crazy
mattering
too.
Going to graveyard, they matter a lot less. I can pitch Dragon Rulers out of my hand, and that's literally no problem, right?
It's just
as long as I
Redox. He
got
doesn't have
4 cards
Redox.
deeper into my deck, maybe I drew something that was infinitely more powerful. You know what? I think, as much as I like that idea of Mirage and Nightmare, there's been other banned cards that we have at 1 that I feel like should make more of an impact that they don't. Card of Safe Return is one of the one that comes in mind that we still have. It's really broken. So I think I'll go into something that I can more reliably make. And as cool as Shockmaster is, it's a little restrictive being 3 level 4s. So I'll go with the
It's
most
weird because like
generic on this.
Shockmaster is Alex's only copy,
While we
so
have
taking
in
it
this era,
just
he's really
takes
good,
it off
but I feel like
his
later on
ability
down the
forever.
line in the
But the Laval
progression
Chain is
series,
so
this card's only
strong,
gonna
and
get
like
even better.
he'll still be able
They
to
can
play it,
maybe
but like
develop
Laval
some
Chain
really
is
cool
so
strategies
integral to
around
so much.
That's why I think the Laval Chain is going to be our best.
And it's going to be legal forever.
All right, Alex, go ahead and spin your stupid wheel, bro. Maybe you get lucky with something.
That's just copies.
I cannot
Ugh.
believe last episode played out the way that it did. Holy crap.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, we did it. We managed to fend off the full power Dragon Ruler Onslaught. And while we have a new ban list in effect, it's September 2013, all the babies are banned, but we're playing by traditional, which means they're all at 1. The daddies are still at 3, but unfortunately for Gage, he only has 1 of a few, so he can still play the deck, but I think he loses a lot of the potency. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how things progress from here, but let's start by spinning the wheel, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, man.
We get to claim a fresh prize for winning last
Redo her,
episode.
redo her,
And
redo
more
her,
importantly,
redo her.
We're still 1 win ahead of Gage.
That's good.
Ultra rare wild card. Was there anything good in Judgment of the Light that we wanted?
No.
So looking at the ultra rares, the only thing that really stands out to me is Mass Chameleon. This is a neat
What?
little
You don't wanna
card
get
that actually
Bearman?
allows us to do some 1-card synchro plays, and it's a reptile, so it's searchable with King of the Pharaohs, actually. So for some of our like rank 4 based strategies, having this as an option isn't terrible.
How's the
Really,
shitting? It's not good,
all we
Doug.
have besides
It's not
that
good.
is Murmelio and Traptrix
Kaka.
Trapple Nightmare. We already have Key Beetle. I don't really care that much about Psyhemoth, if I'm being honest. So I think I'm going to go with the Mass Chameleon. Mass Chameleon also never gets a reprint for us in the Progression series. I think it gets a
Really?
reprint in a tin, but I don't think we're doing... I mean, we might do tins. I don't think we've... Well, no, we haven't done tins up until this point. Yeah.
No, we
Give me
haven't.
Mass Chameleon. These Murmelio and Trapple Nightmare get reprinted again. So if we want to play Hat, we'll have chances. Mass Chameleon's locked in the collection. And today's set, Legendary
No
Collection
tins?
Joey's
Yeah, then they
World,
just
has some
have all
fun
the
new
Dragon
cards as
Rulers.
well. We'll have Gage tell you all about it.
Look, I don't want to hear it, man. I lost to
Okay,
a
so
deck
this set
probably
sucks,
built a
but
decade and
it has a
half
bunch of
ago.
old staples.
With the most
So it
powerful
sucks.
deck. One of the most powerful decks in Yu-Gi-Oh's entire history. In tip-top shape, too. I don't even know what to say, bro. I don't even think I'm playing that bad. Lose to friggin' Vanity's Fiend Pass, and you don't see the outs. It is what it is. We're just going to brush it off. We're going to get in the next game. We'll tie it up again. Don't worry. Don't lose hope, guys. I promise we'll get the lead at some point. Today's set is also a really exciting one today. We're opening Legendary Collection Joey's World, and I think this set's... It's all right, you know. There's a couple debuts in this set that were really strange at the time. One of the ones in particular ended up breaking a format, or ended up just being an auto.
I mean, sort of.
Deck. We'll get to that in a minute. Some of the reprints and stuff were pretty neat. I know Pet Dragon was a really good reprint at the time, and then Dancer was also a debut that was pretty sick. But again, this is one of those things like Yugi's World that we just opened, where it's a lot of DM staples that...
Yeah, and there's a lot of
don't
normal
need because we've
monsters,
gotten reprints.
too.
But it is what it is. We're going to make the most out of it. We're going to see if we can get something. We're opening 15 packs today, which is equivalent to 3 of the little mini boxes that you would get. As for notable things, I said Dancer is a really good introduction here into this
I
set.
didn't mention
Especially
Sixth
with the new
Sense,
Harpy
right?
Lady support, like Dancer's pretty okay. Pet Dragon was a good reprint at the time. I think we were already fortunate enough to pull one in another pack. I think there's another stab at Trade-In, which we don't have a full
Trade-In's
set
good.
of yet, which is
Trade-In's
pretty neat.
good.
I think it only came out in a structure deck before, which is pretty good. But like, look at this, man. Look at these super rares. There's not one super rare in here that I can't think of that we already have like playsets of. Yeah, same with the... These are so bad. These rares fucking suck.
Man, I
Like,
can't
Lava
believe
Globe,
we have to
already
sit through
have 3 of them,
here.
right? Secret rares. All right, there's a couple here. I mean, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon's actually pretty sick.
DMV's
I think this is
good.
one of the ones that we don't have access to yet at all, actually, now I think about it. There's a Jump promo before this, and was a
I didn't realize
promo for
all
Ancient
the
Prophecy
Dark
before
Worlds
that.
are in this
So
set
this
for
might be our
some
first chance
reason.
to get Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. That's pretty nice. Outside of that, I ain't got nothing to say outside of that. There's nothing else good in here, man. What the fuck? What about the commons? Commons are pretty bum. Have
They're
all these
awful.
cards
Yeah,
here.
they're really
There's one
bad.
card in particular that'll catch your eye. It'll catch my eye when I see it too. Any minute now. Illblood reprint's like kind of neat, I guess, right? Goblin Zombie reprint. I'm pretty sure it's already got a common in the gold series. Not as exciting. Probably I'm hyping it up for no reason. Well, there it is. Sixth Sense. For some reason, this card got debuted in this set. I think it was to sell the product, probably. Sixth Sense was a card that immediately on release, they limited it. They released the card limited. Declare 2 numbers from 1 to 6. Your opponent rolls a
This
6-sided die.
card's
If you draw
frustrating,
one of the numbers,
but
I
it's
draw 3
not,
cards.
like,
Otherwise, I mill those off the
game-warpingly
card.
strong.
So what you do is you say, I activate Sixth Sense. I call 5/6. And if your opponent rolls a 5 or a 6, you draw 5 or 6 cards. Hit anything else, you mill up to 4 cards. For free. I couldn't even tell you why this card ever existed. This is probably a card that just never should have gotten printed, but they did it. Again, I imagine it was to sell the product.
It could
was a
come
short-term
back.
comment, too. This is
Probably
a card we're
not.
easy to get. I have nothing else to say. There's nothing else good in this set to think about. We're just going to probably breeze through it. We're going to get through real quick. Maybe we get a red MD. That'd be pretty hot, but I'm not expecting much. Just terrible. But I got my pity packs. What are those? Astral Pack 3. I'm going to be honest. I don't
Who's
remember
in
what's
Astral
Pack
Pack
3.
3?
Doesn't really... Nothing jogs my memory for that one. We'll just open the 3 of them and see if we get anything good. I'm not too worried about not getting anything bad from this either. Let's see what we get. Flip them up. Wall of Thorns. Wow. Wall of Thorns.
Wall of
And a
Thorns.
Cambion Wizard. Wow.
Cambion Wizard, that's
Wall
part of the
Wall Thorns.
FTK.
That one was Mermail Abyss Gun, which is a little bit better, but...
Okay, Gunda is a
Curtain of the
card.
Dark Ones, Pog. It is what it is. The Astro Packs, I think, in this era of the game, they end up serving...
Sick
purpose
Astro
of getting
Pack.
higher rarity reprints of, like, lower rarity cards. Like, Gund was a rare. And even like that, Wall of Thorns was like probably a common, right? Like I think that's where the Astral Packs are serving now, rather than giving us much needed reprints like we did in Turbo Pack. So I think the quality of it starts to go down a little bit more. But what are we gonna do? Complain? Let's just add it to the collection. Let's get on to the big opening today.
All right, 15 packs
All right.
of Legendary Collection Joey's
15
World. If you're wondering how we
entire
got to this
packs.
number, we decided to
Oh, boy.
take 3 of the sets, and each set contained 5 packs, so 3 times 5, 15. We did this for Yugi's World as well. It's better than just opening 5 packs of this like we've done with like other Legendary Collections. That way we get some more cards. But let's see what we get. Ooh, right off the bat, I'm happy to see this. Imperial Iron Wall has not yet had a printed daunting for us. This may be
God,
the
we're
first
trying to
reprinting
get excited
we have.
about
So, we will
Imperial
definitely be
Iron
taking
Wall.
that in case Gage decides to run it back with Dragon Ruler once again. Harpy Dancer is one of the main cards out of the set. I don't really think Harpies are viable, but I guess I can check.
Garuzis.
Still is pretty sick, but I don't think we can play Dark World. Premature Burial and Mirror Force, I believe, are both on the Hall of Fame, so I don't think either of those are actually beneficial. I think, funny enough,
Zombie
that may be our
World,
third Pyramid
maybe?
Turtle, though. I think we've only had 2 this entire time. Also, Zombie World. I think the only other chance we had to get this was in a structured deck, and obviously we don't open those in Prog, so having access to this is kind of annoying for any sort of like tribute-based strategy. Yo, Red MD? Oh,
Okay,
shit.
we pulled the good card.
Now, unfortunately, I don't really have a lot to do with this, at least not that I can think of off the top of my head. I have like a bad hieratic deck, technically, and I have some rulers, but I don't think 2 titles enough to constitute playing like full-on dragons, but Red MD is pretty sick.
Okie dokie. We are opening 15 packs of Joey's World. There it is. We are looking simply for the 6th Sense. That's the one card I'm looking for from the set. If I don't get that, I'm going to be angry, bro. I'm going to be pissed off. What do we got? MST and Secret Rare. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Not Launcher Spider.
Not what I expect. Not what I expect.
Not gold.
Hey, Dancer. Dancer as an ultra rare is really sick, actually. I was talking a little bit about this. This card's really cool. Being able to bounce a wind monster to the hand and then normal summon another wind monster ends up giving you another trigger off of, something like Hunting Ground is pretty cool. Yeah, this was a pretty good support card at the time. Harpy Dancer was actually pretty sick. 3rd Heavy Storm already. Wow.
Awesome.
Second copy of Zombie World. For the sideboard, just having this in case Gage decides
Not
to
Miyotoko.
be like me and play
Wow,
mono
this
deck
really
during
is
this point in
just
Progression
a
series,
miserably
it's
bad
pretty strong.
set, huh?
Second copy of
There's,
Harpy
like,
Dancer.
nothing worth
What?
playing in
I
here.
should actually consider if Harpies are an option, because Dancer is quite good. We haven't pulled Channeler wasn't in here. Channeler was
Is
in
that Lesser
Tachyon
Fiend at
Galaxy,
the rare
wasn't it? I think it was
slot?
one of the core sets. I don't think we pulled her.
Oh, a second Harpy Dancer, and look at me, bro. The greediest guy around. Hysteric Party is actually really sick pull, too. Man, maybe we got the Harpies. We can bust them out again. 2 Dancers, really sick. I like it. Wow, that's a lot of green. Rejuve, Rhoda, Foolish.
That's me when I opened my
I think
wallet.
Long ago, before I picked up a Foolish Burial for my Starlight, I think I ended up getting one. This was our first stab back at it in a while. This was going to be our opportunity to get it in here. Feathers, Duster. Oh, man, bro. If only that was still legal, right? The Harpies are coming clutch. Big thing in the pack, though. I wouldn't even...
Is that Dunamis Dark Witch, the $300 Duel Links card?
It's only a common. It
All
is
right,
a
we
short
got our
print, but
6
I'm wondering
cents.
if the simulator
Let's
even knows
schmooze.
that, right? Do you guys know Dunamis Dark Witch is not even a dark monster? It's not even a witch. It's not even like a spellcaster. It's a fairy. What sense does that make? Dude, Torrential Tribute, Monster Reborn, Harpy Lady 1. Jeez, bro. Those are some banger cards. Too bad we already have them. Oh, Red Eyes, Black Dragon, an ultra rare. Wow. OG Harpy Lady? Man, bro. Dark Hole. Oh, Iron Wall is actually not bad. This is a card that I'd love to have 3 of. I think I already have 3 of it. I'm going to assume I have 3 of it. I'm going to assume I'm that good at the game. 3rd Harpy Dancer. That's fucking sick. Dark World Dealings. Wow.
Stray Lambs could maybe
All right, last
do
pack.
something.
Anything big? Raigeki.
All right, boring
All right, we got the 6th
offset.
Sense. We got some Harpy Ladies. We got 3 Dancer, which is like really above average, I think. I'm not rerolling this. I'm not rerolling this. Yeah, all right. Add it to collection. Let's see what we're playing today.
Damn, if we didn't have Harpy Queens, like, we're getting everything for Harpies, but it is
Wow, we
Joey's
have
World, so I guess it makes sense.
3
Also, shouts to Strike Ninja for being one of the sickest cards ever. Only a few packs left. I guess we can do the last few here. Feather Duster,
Stelly.
sadly, is, I believe, collectively banned on the Hall of Fame, but that would be
Yep.
pretty cool. Stelly, I
Thank
believe
God.
we already have. Nothing great there, unfortunate. And,
Another
we have 2
lightning.
packs left, excuse me. Already have Avarice. That's a
Avarice.
3rd Dancer. That's crazy. What do we get in the last pack? I don't think...
Another
Second
Iron
copy
Wall.
of Iron Wall. Ooh, that's pretty good. Now, we didn't get 6th Sense, but 6th Sense, I believe, is short printed, so it's not guaranteed. And we only have 15 packs to open anyway. So it's kind of a weird card in that regard. I'm going to double check Joey's World set list just to see if there's anything I'm missing. So I'm looking at the set list. The problem with 6th Sense is that there are 220 cards in the common slot. It's not short. Supposedly it's short printed, like in actuality, if I recall. Like, it was very hard to actually pull this card. But 220 commons. We only opened 15 packs, and each pack had 5 commons per pack. So that's only 75 commons. So the likelihood of you pulling 6th Sense is only like...
Yeah,
what
I
is
guess
that?
I'd
Like,
keep this.
Rough math. Like, it's only 33% chance, and that's obviously just, napkin math there. It's probably less than that, in all honesty. The only thing I feel like I'm really missing by not re-rolling is Foolish Burial, and that kind of sucks just because this is a generic card that
Do
can
we
be
not
used in
have a
every deck,
Foolish?
but I really like having 2 copies of Imperial Iron Wall. I'm not going to lie, just because this shuts down a lot of, like, banishing-related strategies, and when is the next time this card is printed? So the next reprint this card gets, this has actually been our first opportunity to get it. I was right. So it gets a reprint in OTS Pack 1, which requires us actually losing to even have a shot to get it, but it is a super. Foolish Burial, on the other hand, this gets reprinted in Premium Gold Return of the Bling, and it's a gold rare, and I think the likelihood of us pulling it there is actually pretty high. So I think I'm going to lock this. It's a bit weird because, like I said, Foolish Burial is pretty good, but I like having Iron Wall. So we're just going to go ahead and the collection, and that's it. Let's go ahead and get to building. I've got some fun stuff planned.
Like I said, I'm not going to try to mold over the fact that our Dragon Ruler strategy...
What
full power
the
wasn't a
fuck? We're playing Watts? We're not even playing the lock. We're just playing Hunders.
able to get us a win, even with Draco Sack. I can't believe it, bro, still. That's crazy. Now that we're under a new Forbidden and Limited list, the Dragon Lore strategy is a little bit different. It's not Dragon Lore today, actually. It's going to be something you'll see in the future, though, I'm sure of it. Wanted to play something different because I just feel like I need a little change of pace, right? I feel like I don't know if I'm playing optimally with the Dragon Lore deck or if I'm just getting unlucky. I feel like our last chance that we had was we were playing Worms, and just being able to play sort of an attrition deck a little bit better than Alex is like the name of the game. He hasn't been rocking up with anything too impressive recently. I wonder what he brings today. I feel like our best bets have been with just decks that are just generically good, like the gadgets being able to get multiple advantages and stuff. This is kind of in that same lane.
BLS still haunting this series.
But also use Shockmaster. This could also be a deck that you Shockmaster, but obviously we didn't take it. We're playing Hunters, which is a deck that utilizes level 4 light thunder type monsters that when they're normal summon, they allow you to normal summon another level light thunder thing. So
we've got Maw Hunter, we've got Paw Hunter, we've got Sis Hunter.
Sis Hunter has sort of an effect that allows you to get something back from the graveyard if you use it. And then of course there's also Thunder King Ryo, which just happens to be a thunder. And Walk Cobra, which Walk Cobra is 1,000 attack, allows us to poke directly, and if it pokes, it adds any Watt monster. A little bit of hidden Nim lore. Watt was actually the first deck that I had ever picked up fully in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Wow.
It wasn't good, but it's what I played. Cool card at the time. Cool, an objective word. Kaiser Coliseum. This card was for some reason at 3. This card gets banned very, very shortly because of it being a rolling headache, honestly, I think. If we have one monster on the field, Alex cannot put more than one monster on the field. If we have no monsters on the field, Alex can go nuts. That's essentially how it works. We just underwent a new Forbidden Limited list, September 2013, and it was a big one. A lot of staples and stuff get changed around, notably Compulses at 1. This is like the ultimate counter to Draco Sack at the time. Bottomless Trap Hole went to 1. Cards like Mizuki, cards like Plague Spreader went to 2. I have it up right here. Take a look. I was just looking at it. This is actually a huge list. Like, I don't know if Alex went and talked to you guys about it, but this is one of the biggest lists at the time, right? And we needed it. All the Dragon Wars getting banned, like I said. Cards like Stratos for some reason. Shockmaster was banned. Alex still has it. Destruction, Gateway, Heavy. All these cards banned, bro. Look at this. This is insane. So there's a little bit that changes around. I think people really thought this was going to be a reset of the game. And it did fix a lot, but it wasn't. I think the game after Lord of Tachyon Galaxy still is drastically different than before. I think this list is fair. And you know what? Sometimes that's all you can ask for, right? The deck that wins 50% is sometimes the deck that you want to play. I think this list is like all around pretty solid. Maybe we'll be able to make Omega or something like that. I think it'll be all right. It being okay, me being a great duelist, I think that's a good enough mix. Hopefully we can take a win with it today. Kaiser Coliseum coming clutch. Please, Alex, play something that's going to go wide. I know you never do that, but we'll see if you do this time, right? All right, we're going to send it. I think the Hunters is the way to go. See how we do?
Oh, are we choosing violence today?
Oh!
Had a chance to run that chamber.
Oh, come on. Do we have like a quota? We got to do this exact episode once every 6 months. Come on, man. Wait, we got Walk Cobra in the board.
Battle Fader, Duality is at 3 now, and what's nice is that we actually pulled a lone copy of Waboku out of Battle Pack, was it? This is a card that we've never had access to because it was originally in Starter Deck, Yugi, and Kaiba. Same thing for Just Desserts, by the way, which still I don't think has a reprint up until this point, which is kind of one of the key things we're missing in this deck.
I really do not need to hear this.
And Draco Cobra to be Royal Decree. Spell card can't really play around. That's an eighth of his life points. There's a verse inside. Some fun stuff. You wait any longer, ladies and gentlemen. It's time.
22-18.
Well, Gage, here we are. Dragon Rulers have been nerfed, but they're still around. And Joey's World, actually quite a fun set. There's a lot of cool stuff that is new.
Oh, are we going to have a fun game?
Yet before because it was in just other products, and you were informing the audience all about this.
Yeah, had to tell them all about it. A couple of cool things like Red MD. Would have loved to see that in the progression series a bit ago.
Reddit D.
Cool stuff with that. But also, there's some things.
What do you think?
Why was this card ever printed? Like, I'm sure you've talked about.
I think Gage wins.
Why does that card exist?
I don't know.
But it was in this set for some reason. So there's some things there, but a lot of it is also just what we saw in Yugi's World. A lot of DM staples were printed in. Yeah. We got plenty of those, right?
It's crazy too, though, because if you look at like how big this set is, it's massive. It's like if I really short printed, so it's still very fun having access to it for the.
They even knew. You remember the announcement?
Like in the Merrick structure deck. Here it goes, buddy.
All
right. Okay. Yeah, not good enough. Not good enough.
Pretty good.
You failed me, Die. You failed me, Die.
All right, I get to pick this time.
What are you doing?
I am going first, Alex. I'm going to try to set up some type of board here. We're going to see what we can do.
It's scary. It seems like we're sort of at a tipping point here where we really want to start going first. But let's see what you got, buddy. Best of luck.
All right. I think he's pretty good. I'm just going to throw down the Thunder King Ryo turn in here. Sure. I'll back him up with a little bit of a back row, and I'm going to pass it back to you.
Sure. Draw standby main. I'll go ahead and just set 3 cards face down. Throw it to you. Go ahead.
Oh, man. Always got to beat these back row, man. It's a lot of work.
You got to make your life hell somehow, right?
Alrighty, so what am I thinking? Cards like Torrential. Torrential just go to 1 with this Forbidden Limit list?
I don't remember. You can check if you want.
I'm going to check.
This was a huge ban list, by the way.
I was talking about this. This one was massive, bro.
Massive.
Even cards that you think weren't like that great.
Okay.
Cards like Bottomless.
If I'm laying down, I feel a little better.
We've heavily been abusing Compulse at 3 as well.
This
and, honestly,
is
I can kind of see why that
agony.
Oh, yeah. I even think for History of Yu-Gi-Oh! We titled the episode Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest ban list, and it's very fitting.
Torrential Tribute, 2-1. I knew that. I knew something happened to it, yeah.
That's pretty important. That's pretty important.
So some of your outs are looking a little bit slimmer. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play into them. I'm going to go summon Watt Cobra.
Watt Cobra? What the fuck?
You know what my man Watt Cobra does, though?
I know what he does. I'm aware. I'm not happy about it. I'll say that.
This doesn't work with Ryo, right?
1,000 with Watt Cobra.
This is going to fucking resolve, isn't it?
Well, I'm not going to be able to add. Keep that in mind. I have T-King.
You do have T-King, which is beneficial in this exact instance. I'll take 1,000. Yeah.
19 off of
I'll take the 19 as well.
Wow.
Opposite order to force out of D prison. But no, I know you don't have it. I'm doing okay. I'm going to just set up another back row of my own, and I'll pass it to you.
Okay, I'll draw. Stand by main. I guess there's no time like the present. Have fun, buddy.
Oh, my... What are you fucking playing today, bro? All right,
Don't worry about what I'm playing. You have to worry about the fact you just lost 2 monsters. I'll set a card. Go ahead.
All right. I lost 2 monsters, but...
And you lose 1,000 life points. Don't forget that.
I got a 3,000 attack point guy, bro. You're going to
do.
have to do something about it.
It's scapegoated out of this one.
Sure.
Get a nice little refund on those 2 that I lost. Battle Phase, Golem for 3.
On attack deck, I will activate Scapegoat.
Cards at 3 now.
It is at 3.
Jesus, bro. Yeah, no link monsters, but it is what it is. Sure.
That's fine.
Yeah, put them up.
Okay. We will go ahead and do so. Okay, there we go. Gonna take one out, I assume?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just go ahead and only summon 3.
Okay.
We're so greedy.
You know, it'd be funny if every single time you summon a token, like it summoned a different goat instead of just the same blue goat. We play this game fucking too much to think about this shit.
I'm gonna pass turn there. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw. Stand by me.
All right, Alex
we'll
wins
duality.
this one.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you're gonna get to see what I'm up to here. Oh yeah, here we go.
Of course you would fucking cue this shit up, bro. Man, fucking...
Are you worried, buddy? Are you worried?
I'm a little bit worried. I'm not happy about it.
Okay. We'll set one. Over to you.
All right. Wow. I'll take 1,000.
Yeah. So this is an activated effect. Your Lava Golem is going to be Chain Link 1 here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some things. Let's go ahead and fire Poison to the Old Man. Chain Link 2. I'm gonna choose to deal 800 to you. Then Chain Link 3, Jar of Greed to draw a card. Chain Link 4, Accumulated Fortune to draw 2. And then Chain Link 5, Chain Strike to deal 2,000. Okay. So you're gonna take 2,000. I draw 2. I draw 1 from the greed. You take 8, and then you already took the 1,000 from Lava Golem.
I did. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go main phase 1.
You're gonna go to main phase 1. All you.
Okay. Alrighty. I mean, I guess I gotta start putting some pressure on you here.
Clock's ticking.
I'm gonna go normal summon Mahunder.
Oh, we're going in.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go Mahunder effect. Well, isn't it an activated effect?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Mahunder will summon Pawhunder.
Yep. This is not caster, if you're wondering.
And then off of that, I'm going to reveal Kage Tokage.
Oh, we're really going in. Sure. Did you know, this will reveal something, I pulled 6 Pawhunder and no Mahunder when we opened this set.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, is this game? Is this game?
If only there was a way to redo.
How could this be game?
Please put that
You have game?
Oh, it's so close. Oh my god, it was so close. Yeah, I really thought I could weave a way to get game in this
What,
turn.
Papillon?
I think I see how you were trying
It's
it.
just really close. It's really close, but it's not it. I'm going to overlay these two, and I'm going to go into Photon Papal Operative.
I was about to say, I think this is happening no matter what.
Yeah.
Very clever, I will say. Very clever.
I'm going to Photon Pappy. We're going to put just one into attack position here.
It's a lot of damage.
3 attack. Oh, wait, is this it? Why am I so dumb? I think this is game. Battle phase, 3.
I take 3 big ones.
14.
Yep.
I'll Compulse the token?
No.
Do you have Battle Fader?
I do have Battle Fader.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yo was exact game, though. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I was
I don't know why I was
close.
thinking about it so. I think I just forgot Pappy was 2,000 attack on its own.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I gave you this Battle Fader for Pappy next turn, so I'm not looking forward to it.
I mean, maybe you have the cards already to nuke me out the game, right? Yep.
Or maybe I'll find them with this unlimited copy of Duality that we now have.
Threatening Roars. Take another
Threatening
turn.
Roar is also a way to make sure that, you can't...
Oh, but we already have an
take
out.
this threatening.
Yes.
I will say, Pappy is a bit of a liability. To reset the fort. Avoid 1 imperm column. Go ahead, buddy.
Draw. Standby. Lava Golem activates. Do you have anything?
I do not have anything. Lava Golem resolves.
We are just dead. We're so dead.
Okay. Well, you're going to Threatening Roar me. I'm worried about cards like Dimension Wall now. I'm going to go Mahan. All right,
hold on.
enter a battle phase. Are you going to roar me here?
You're just going to battle phase. Battle phase is fine.
Okay, 14.
Sure. It's banished.
Scapegoat. Any of the battle traps. Something's going to stop it.
Dimension Wall.
I mean, I can't believe I had that read. That's crazy. I don't think there was a way to beat it, though.
Yeah, no way
fine.
around
Does
this.
it Does it ban it? I'm sorry, I didn't even read this.
It does. No, it's you keep the monster. It's just you take the damage. And then Secret Barrel for game.
Oh, man, this is agony.
Very close, very close.
We should have just
It's always
watched
one of
the
those
last
decks, man.
one.
Your final countdowns, chain burns. It's either I'm ready for it or I'm not ready for it. This
I
one,
want to do the jump scare every once in a while.
yeah, this one I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's gonna pan out here. But what I do know is that if I learned anything from Joji Orlando videos, maybe letting the burn player go first is not the right move because giving you an extra card to burn with is a lot. So
It is.
you know what? I'm gonna play it by the book. I'll play it by the book. Joe says go second. I'll go second. Have fun.
Okay.
Let's
Well, it matters a
go.
lot because we don't get to draw a card during this time.
Yep.
Where we otherwise would be. Best of luck, buddy. Main 1. Sam looks fine. Set the fort. Go ahead.
This game looks fine. Set 5 pass. Yeah. So that seems about like every
Show me
chamber here.
heavy.
Stand by. What do we
Show
got?
me heavy.
All good.
Main 1.
I don't think we have
Thrasher.
heavy.
Thrasher is fine. I know you're contemplating just attacking with this Thrasher.
I am. I'm not gonna put anything else.
Come on, Gage. Do
I don't wanna
something
start
cool.
Chains. I don't want to put anything else on the board. I'm just gonna go battle phase with the Thrasher. Am I? Yeah. 21.
You can take 21. It's fine.
No, I mean, I guess it's fine.
Wow.
Actually, you know what? I don't have any other point I'm gonna play this. Put that back there. I'm gonna chain my lands, and I'm gonna take 800 less life points.
Okay.
Oh, just to reduce the damage here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how this would work.
Your opponent takes the battle damage. You would have taken this battle. So I mean, you would be technically taking 13, and then so you take. I take 13 then.
Because it affects
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Sure.
Or is that okay? We okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, It's a nice way to like hold things off.
No, it's a good play. You can compliment me. It's fine. Go ahead. Your turn.
Draw.
Oh,
well,
come on.
go ahead.
All right. Off to the races. Draw. Stand by me.
Here we go.
All right. I'm not even worried. I'm not gonna be worried about Lava Golem. Cobra.
You know, Cobra's a clock for what it's worth. Jeez. Thinking.
Okay. What do you even have? I'm like.
He's gonna
I'm thinking this is
trio him out of this game.
In response to Kage.
Okay. Chain link 1 Kage. Got it.
Yeah. Chain 2 Ojama Trio.
What if this is Marshmallow on that? What if that's what you're planning?
He is just living in his head.
1,000 U for game.
And there's nothing he can do about it.
That's fine. Okay, two Ojama Trios, okay.
Okay. Nothing else.
Okay, resolves.
Resolves. So you get 3 tokens. Kage to Kage doesn't
Yes,
summon.
just stays in the hand here. I'll go Battle Phase and I'll 1,000 with Walkobra.
1,000 direct. I'll take
Okay,
it.
and then I'll trigger Walkobra.
You'll get another Walkobra. See, there's a lot going on. You know, you have the Kage and then you're getting another Walkobra off this attack. Chamberlain players have to think about this, okay?
I'm just going to shift the Thrasher to defense. I'll pass turn.
Sure. Okay, I'll draw.
Show me the Marshmallow.
Stand by
That's
main.
the best draw on the deck.
Maybe that is what it is, bro. Maybe I'm just like out of this world. Stand by main. 1,000 from Cobra.
It's unfortunately.
God, poison the old man
You get
here
another
being
search?
2 battle steps is disastrous.
Watt Cobra. All the direct damage in the game, bro. Main 2, set him up. Your move.
Sure, I'll draw. All set. I'll pass. Go ahead.
Battle Phase. 1,000 direct.
This Walkobra's eating me alive. Yeah, 1,000's good.
I have no more triggers for Walk for Walkobra.
You don't have
Yeah,
one to
that's-
draft?
It's
What are
a
you doing?
mandatory, but I have no other target.
This is really rough.
Your move.
We really
Only
lost
one
like
damage to
300
like, change
viewers
stuff
as
off
soon
of
as
it.
they started playing.
During the end phase, so I'm going to do something. We're going to go Chain Link 1, Poison the Old Man, Burn You for 8.
Yep.
Okay.
Chain Link 2, Jar of Greed.
Okay.
Yep.
Chain 3, Secret Barrel.
Okay, give me
Yep.
something.
Chain 4, Fortune.
Sure.
Yep.
Actually, wait.
Resolve.
Yeah, resolves. This is all fine.
Okay, so I draw 2. Secret Barrel does 5, 8, 13 times 2, 2,600 to you.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Then I draw another off of Jar. You take 8 from Poison.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I draw.
Disastrous.
Yep.
Awful.
There it is.
Secret Barrel's 26.
Secret
We
Barrel's
can't
pretty
pass
good. You're on
that
a
up.
million things, so sure, take that. Shuffle it up, and we'll set some more. Over to you.
Draw. Stand by main. Battle. 1,000.
Just going for the 1,000. So not really a rush. Yeah, sure. 1,000's good.
Your move.
I will draw. I'm gonna Reckless.
We are never winning this game. Oh yeah, it's over. I think we actually have lethal now.
Stand by main. Battle. 1,000 direct. Not into the face down. I'm not making that mistake this late in the
you're
game.
Thinking. I'll go Dimension Wall.
I will activate Book of Moon on my Walkobra.
That's cool.
Set him. Chain 3, Secret Barrel.
How much would this do? It's like 27.
This is gonna do 3,000. You have 15, 15 times 2.
I'm Judgment.
Okay. you got
Wow.
Judgment, so you're
Okay,
completely
we're
dead.
living. We're living.
Nice another 100.
Ooh,
You're
that
plus
even
strike,
locks
60.
the chain
Yeah,
strike
yeah, that's
chain.
Does it resolve?
Him clapping.
I think it probably does.
Okay.
That kind of blows.
Bat.
Yeah, okay. And then you don't take any damage because no battle.
Okay.
Go.
He's trying.
Turn 1 on Reckless, so I do not get to draw. Figured you might have Judgment just because of the way that you were playing. So I will pass.
All right, well, I'm going to hope you don't have anything. I'm going to flip summon Walkobra.
Yep.
I'm going to Torrent Strike.
Nuke the board.
Oh.
Except the effect of my other cards. I will go Chain Link 2, Threatening Roar. Chain 3, Chain Strike.
How much is that?
That'll just be 12, and then the
Game,
tokens
yeah,
getting
game.
destroyed will kill you.
Game, yeah, but game.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Good episode.
I gotta
Great episode, folks.
beat
You
this.
got 7
I have
tools.
like a
I mean,
7.
Man, how was I spending all day on the toilet having doo-doo diarrhea, and this was the most painful part of my day? Come on. Oh, man. What are we working with here? It's funny to see Simo thinking about re-rolling. Wow, we're really not even going to talk about the deck? Close your eyes and imagine yourself at a racing event. Okay.
I do have battle.
No.
One must imagine Sisyphus playing against Chainburn. This is so annoying. I gotta say, I've loved these last 2 weeks of Prog. When you all ask who the sickos are that continue to watch this series, this is them. This is who they are. All right, let's see what you all said in the Prog memes responses. I don't think the pack opener works for this set. No, that's correct. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series Season 2. Oh, I do that. You're right. I do that? Posting this for when they get to Legacy of the Valiant.
All right,
I've never played Mal. I don't know what that is.
Forbidden Limitless update today. Yo, a bussy witch. A busy. Oh. I've been ruined by Joseph. Did I just say that? What the fuck? It's a busy witch.
We got him, folks. Next up, Simo cooking gauge. He doesn't know what he's doing, so he burns him. Made these last week. Hopefully you'll enjoy him. How Simo felt winning Game 3 with a single drop of Vanity Boy and Gage having no out. The exact moment Gage's heart broke. Seeing Chain burn the first time. Seeing Chain burn another time. I'm going to commit various war crimes. Latest episode memes. This is where I would summon Crimson Blader if I had one. Call the ambulance, but not for me. This is not the latest episode. Watt Cobra in both Gage and Simo's deck list. Yep. But if you close your eyes, ayo, ayo. This episode sucked. Live Ditto reaction. Gage ran from the States ever since he got burned in the latest prog. Simo not re-rolling to get Crimson Blader. This episode. Burn Gage for all his life points. I want to share with you my economic vision.
All right, tomahawk, ribeye, baby. No, I didn't drop it in dirt. Grow up. Smoke it at 225 until it hits 120
Good.
internal. Take it off. Let it rest for a sec. Then we're going to go ahead and sear it on a hot bed of charcoal. No, it's not burnt. Black rub. Remember from the beginning, grow up. All right, cut a little bit away from the bone so you don't cut in
Nice.
the bone. You can chew in the bone later. Cut off the ribeye cap. Cut off the bottom fat. Here's the eye of the ribeye.
Looks good. The horrors are never ending, yet I remain silly. Summon this turtle when they least expect it. I'm starting to think Gage is at his limit. What progression opinions will have you like this? Fuck off. This rogue deck just cost me $427.51 on TCG Player. This is why Americans think the economy is terrible. Konami, please either keep reprinting Prosperity or ban it. Please, I don't want to spend more on 3 pieces of cardboard than this guy did on alcohol and a simple airport meal.
Goodbye.
Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so good. Thank you for this. Thanks. Decent memes this week. Really blisteringly bad episode. I'm going to piss, then we're going to do a tier list. Then I might shut it off. I'm not feeling ideal. What should we watch while I piss? This.
Let's try the Gladbees game. This week I'm voting A because it's GCD's birthday. All right, we got Duelist A. Going second. In the festival, King Tiger Wangu. Dark World Dealings. Burden of the Mighty. I love this card. Allure of Darkness and Infinite Impermanence. 40 cards versus our opponent's 46. We're going second. Oh, Rescue Rabbit. Glad Beasts. Test Panther. Wait, I lose. Oh, Impermon Test Panther's like we just auto win, right? Like that's just like an auto win. Come on, Duelist A. I'm voting for Duelist A. I am on A. I'm on A. I'm on A. Yes. 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 Wait, Wangu's an FTK. Dark World Dealings. Draw. Pitch.
All right, I got to trick my body into thinking I'm pooping. I'm pooping, 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 I'm pooping. All right, I'm better.
No! Kit! Send... Oh, Fractal. Okay.
All right. I gotta poop. Fuck. I have to poop. I'm sorry, chat. I'll be right back.
Okay. Burden of the Mighty. Wait, this is the actual FTK. Go, Duelist A. No, it's 1,500. No. Shrek. No. No, I don't want to be punished. No. It was so close. Okay. Ooh. Okay. This is the worst hand ever. We legitimately cannot do anything. It has to be something nuts off the top. That's not bad. Okay, we have a Monster Reborn for the Ondal. Okay. We set the Goki pole. Walk over the Fractal. Come on. Come on. Come on, Duelist A. No! Wait, it's Try Glad Beast. Darius. No, the Goki pole. No. Darius. Downright Darius. pop the burden of the mighty. Test Tiger. You can summon. Oh, Augustus pass. Oh. What? No. 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 Why? Why? Load up the wheel. Stop saying beans. Draw a card from memory. Oh, shnikes. Oh, good. That's not good. No, I just got diagnosed I have ADHD. Come on. Fenrir. I don't know how to draw Fenrir. Can I do JBM? JBM is so easy. All right, smart guy. You draw JBM then. Shen. I don't want to do Shen like that. I'll make him my profile picture.
Leah is such a Danny simp.
He's got like a head here, like this kind of like a snout almost like this, right? And then like kind of his eyes are like big green eye, like this kind of, you know what I mean? Like super, you know, like that kind of. Maybe like
that's what this is looking good already.
Like this? No, hold on. Like that. Like this maybe. Like that. This is a snake. This is not a dog. No, it looks too much like 2. I can't do 2.
This is a 2, yeah.
Oh my god, I can't remember anything. Another tail. And then
this looks really good.
This is looking good. Where's his feet? What do you want? What is okay? Here, his little feet here.
This is close.
There. And then his body like this. True. Right? This is looking pretty good. Arceus.
Oh, I agree.
I'm trying to remember. And he's got his like little hands too. His kind of like arms, right? Like this, like floating.
What the fuck? He's just drawing.
Like that.
He's just putting fucking pen to paper.
I kind of remember this. It's going good. Okay. If Shen was cool. Okay. Okay, we need more tails. I need this on a shirt. Okay, his tails are kind of like floating regardless of him.
No.
Right? Kind of like this. They're kind of like things separate from Shen.
What is he doing?
Like big fucking tails.
Oh no.
Like that. This is looking good. There we go. Okay, great stuff. How do we make like the cool things he has like on his like head like this?
Horns?
He's got a Dorito on his head. There we go, little horns. I'm making
Consummate V's.
Nailed it. I don't think I nailed it at all. Okay, I don't remember the colors. I think it's like a light blue around here, so like a light blue. Around his stuff, you know, like this.
He's just drawing in colors,
then,
like
know, around his thing,
child,
and like a whoosh here.
No,
like this, you know, like in the background, like that's where it. What is this? What am I doing? Rainbow. Okay. What rainbow am I putting here? Yeah, this is 100%.
No. No.
Why is one of its legs a U? That's on the card. Sorry, you haven't like looked at it in a while. It's perfect. Can you draw little me riding his back? Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. There we go. Okay, and then we have the.
There's no way.
The twin tails. Let me erase A little bit of his back here, like right here. Or his tail.
Good.
There. And then her little arms. Like this. Maybe like grabbing onto
He erased the arm and drew worse. Oh, good.
Yippee!
That's so good.
Bye. Gamer. Subs. Code. Leah. All right, that's the punishment. I got my punishment. Yeah, okay, let's also do a side by side.
That's
you know, okay, I remembered his like little horns. You know, honestly, and like the little stub legs, honestly, not that bad. And like the background, like with the like whips and his like tail, and like noodle. Wait,
how long have I been muted?
It's the same picture.
And there it is.
Kino. Devastating.
Awful.
Career decision. Yeah, absolutely.
It looks pretty good.
It's peak. It's peak. It's peak. It's peak. It's peak. I need this on a shirt. I need this on a shirt. Okay. We have Duelist A. I voted for Duelist A. Duelist A. Duelist A. Blue eyes. Blue eyes. Blue eyes. Blue eyes. Blue eyes forever.
Okay.
Kaiba
We're gonna
forever.
do exactly a tier list, and then we're gonna call it. How's that sound? All right. Let's see what's on this fucking tier list that we found. All right. Let me just write out what I think to myself so I can refer to it later. Oh. Wow, I am really dying out here. What is Gate Guardian doing on here? How do I get rid of this one? Get this guy out of here. Get him out of here. I don't want any of these. Can we delete individual ones from a tier list? Inspect element? No, we're not going to do that. All right. MathMech is not on here. That's okay. I don't think it probably will be. I got the tier 1.5. Ugh. Okay, I don't actually have the brain power for this. Instead of doing any of that shit, let's do a good old-fashioned reading series. Ugh. Sorry, chat. I'm really... As you can tell, I'm really going through it. All right. 3, 2, 1. I'm coughing now. That's new. It's got to be good, right? Symptoms are progressing. Some sort of progression series. By the way, the fact that I went to the bathroom and farted instead of shitting, that's huge. That's a new one for sure. Let's go to bed, dog. I'm literally about to. COVID brain? No, I took the COVID test. It's not COVID. I think it's the flu. Could be noro as well. I really hope it's not noro because there is an outbreak right now. Did you drink the water in Mexico? You know what's crazy? I was in Mexico for like, what, 2 weeks? 0 problems. first meal back in America. All right, ready? Hey, everybody. Joseph Rothschild here, a.k.a. M. Flu T. I'm dying. We're just getting through this. Anyway, today we have to end... Anyway, we have resumed streams on twitch.tv/MBTYugiO, and I thought one fun thing to do would be to read this article that was sent to me. This is a Dual Shockers article, a platform I am not familiar with at all. I'm pretty sure that's just a designation for, what, controllers? Oh, this is one of those websites that scrapes information from Reddit and uses an AI to write an article about it. Oh, yes. So today we're reading one such article by Dev Tugnate. Dev Tugnate, an avid writer, Dev Tugnate, my bad. Meet Dev, an avid writer, cat lover, and anime enthusiast. He has a passion for storytelling, traveling, and new adventures. Real quick, I'm going to check if Dev is from a stock image website. Oh. I'm not finding the image. Could be him. He has written 355 articles since March, which equates to roughly 2 a day? Anyway, Dev is going to tell us some of the top 10 cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Explore top Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards like Dark Magician and Monster Reborn Great that have become iconic in the world of competitive dueling. So what are we working with today, Dev? Hope you don't tug my nates. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a strategic card game with over 12,000 cards, each with different effects and values. I'm always saying the value of cards is so different. Powerful cards like Red Eyes Dark Dragoon and Blue Eyes White Dragon elevate gameplay and offer strategic advantage. Period. New sentence. While hand-trap monsters like Nibiru, the Primal Being, disrupt opponent's sentence structure and provide fragments. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a strategic trading card game and anime with over 1,000 episodes. That's not true. There's no way that's true. The show has broken the 1,000-episode threshold and is currently at 1067. What? We're already learning. Selecting the best cards involves assessing their impact on the game, adaptability to various strategies, and synergy with other cards. Some cards stand out due to their powerful abilities, like Rainbow Dragon or Monster Reborn. Others, such as Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, are valued for versatility and ability to counter an opponent's strategies. 10 is Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Okay. This one must have been written by Reddit. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon is a formidable fusion monster card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Created by fusing Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon. The card cannot be destroyed by card effects and can negate a card or effect once per turn. It can also inflict battle damage to an opponent. The combination of powerful effects makes Red Eyes Dark Dragoon a highly valued card in many strategies. Which strategies? Don't ask me, because no one plays it. Next up. Oh! Absolutely. Blue Eyes White Dragon is the most iconic and recognizable Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster card. It's a level 8 light attribute dragon-type monster. It is often the centerpiece of dragon-focused decks. True! Who can remember when the deck that just won Worlds, Dragon Link, summoned Blue Eyes a whole shitload of times? You remember that. Over the years, it has received substantial support in the forms of cards that facilitated summoning, protection, and a combination with other cards for more powerful effects. That's correct. The high attack power makes Blue Eyes White Dragon a fan-favorite monster. Everyone's all about that 3000. He's Mr. 3000, baby. Call me Barry Bonds, because I am getting tested for substances. What do we got next? Dark Magician! Oh, man, we're doing well. Dark Magician is an iconic... Level 7 Dark Attribute Spellcaster type monster in Yu-Gi-Oh! The signature card of protagonist Yugi Moto. Actually, it's the signature card of Yami Yugi or the Pharaoh Atem. It has a base attack of 2500 and a defense of 2100. Wait, am I lying? Does Yugi play it in DSOD? He does, right? Maybe it is his. Fake fan. Well, D-Sod's not canon. He stole it. The card can make fusion summons, including Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. See, it all connects. It all connects. Next up. Oh, shit. This one's close. Nibiru, the Primal Being. Nibiru has a unique effect that disrupts opponent's strategies by tributing sending. That's not the same thing. All monsters on the field after the opponent has performed 5 or more summons. Then it special summons itself and a Primal Being token, the attack defense. It's a powerful hand trap card, often forcing opponents to change their game plans. Like, honestly, when it comes down, the change is usually you scoop them up. Next up. Oh, okay. Some are hits, some are misses. Some are evenly matched, some are Dark Magician. This card bypasses many protection effects since it does not target or destroy cards, instead banishing them face down, which makes those cards almost impossible to recover. Evenly matched can turn the tide of a duel, making it a highly valuable card in many deck strategies. All right, we're 2 for 5. What are we getting next? Well, la-di-da! Infinite Impermanence is a trap card that serves as a countermeasure against effect monsters. An important feature of this card is its ability to be activated from the hand provided you control no cards, making it a flexible and versatile defensive tool. By preventing or disrupting the effects of the opponent's monsters and blocking spell trap cards, Infinite Impermanence offers a significant tactical advantage during play. I want to crawl around in Dev Tungreight's head. How did he get half of them right? Is it Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Tungreight? Dr. Dev and Mr. Tungreight. One loves Dark Magician and the other loves Infib. Dr. Devi and Mr. Tungreight. I play jank when I don't notice him. He only comes out when I see a Team Samurai X1 video. All right, next up. Okay, we're back to bullshit. Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn is a spell card. This card is useful in the early game for building field presence and later for potential comebacks. However, due to its powerful effect, Monster Reborn has been subject to various ban lists in competitive play, restricting its usage. Next up. Awesome. Raigeki is a classic spell card. Thunderbolt. Despite its powerful effect, it does not affect the user's monsters. Whap! Next up. Oh! This is probably the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring is a level 3 fire attribute zombie-type tuner monster with 0 attack and 1800 defense. Utility comes from its quick effect, which can be activated from the hand. The effect allows you to discard Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring to negate any card or effect, special summoning, or sending them to the graveyard. Awful sentence. Okay, well, shit. Then what's number 1? It's got to be Maxi. It could be something bullshit. Like, what would be like a classic, like Card of Demise or Sed or something? Darkhole. But it's got to be Maxi, right? Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed number 1 for sure. 100% Pot of Greed. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh! Huh? Okay, is Neshi writing this? Rainbow Dragon is a level 10 light attribute dragon monster in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's true. Boasting an impressive 4,000 attack. That's more than Blue Eyes. Rainbow Dragon has 2 effects. The first allows you to send all Crystal Beast monsters anywhere, I guess, to increase their attack by 1,000. The second lets you shuffle all cards on the field into the deck. Well, Dev, tongue nut, you were close, but you did not stick the landing. I hope your other stuff works better. 10 best Pixar characters of all time. What's number 1? Buzz Lightyear. Okay, well, looks like we have a lot of ground to cover for Dev. 10 best anime power-ups ranked. Super Saiyan is number 1. It's the easiest thing ever. Sailor Moon is number 2. 10 unconventional anime movies. Perfect Blue. Unconventional anime movie. Perfect Blue. Redline. Unconventional anime movie. Redline. 10 unforgettable anime beatdowns. Every anime beatdown currently on is very forgettable. That's not true. What are we working with? Oh! This one is a little unforgettable. I don't watch Hunter x Hunter. Oh, who can forget when Eren fought the armored titan? Eren said, "We must preserve a future for the white race." And the armored titan said, "I'm evil." Who can forget? Naruto versus Pain. Okay, this one is probably true. Regrettably, this one is correct. All Might also correct. Yeah, also fine. Also right. Ishigo. I never watched Bleach. This is my my confession. I never watched Bleach. Luffy versus Rob Lukey. I am getting dangerously close to getting into One Piece, by the way. I am getting dangerously close. I've been sitting on my ass for like the last 72 hours, and I'm like, I could have knocked out like 100 episodes of this show. The thing is, I know it's good now. Read it, don't watch it. Ooh, I might do that. I could read it, yeah. Okay, that's the pick for sure. I was hanging out with Josh and Dan at Gage's, and I said, "Listen, I want to." By the way, Dan, I love him. He likes every anime. He literally does not dislike an anime. There's not an anime I've ever spoken to him about where he doesn't go, "Oh man, it's so good." But I was talking to him and I was like, "Is there like a One Piece Kai?" And he just laughed in my face. He was like DBZ Kai? No. I was like, they should make a One Piece Kai. There is? Wait, what? There is? One Piece? Hold the fuck up. What is this? One Piece is a fan. Whoa, where is this? What the fuck? How? Is this real? This is like very doable. Oh man. I might do this. I do like the... Is Wano just really long, or is it just like good the whole time? Holy shit, it's so long. Both. All right. Game on!
12 years ago.
This isn't German, this is American. They're not speaking German. Man, look at the Progressies upload. I look cooked. I've been watching this on repeat too.
And what the? Who are you?
Who am I? Oh. I'm the Joker, baby. I'm the fucking Joker. I make fucking cool jokes.
This is all I do all day, by the way, is I just like click on 30-second videos and I watch them and I go, neat. And then I watch it like 4 or 5 more times. Did you watch the whole video? I did. Fuck, he's really opening it.
You guys need any cards?
God damn it, dude. Don't open it. Carpath, no! This is like $900 down the fucking tubes. Come on, man. He pulled Christia. Oh shit, he pulled Black Brewdrago too. Nice. I think it's an unlim, so it's not like that bad, but it's bad.
Much at all. But
Oh. Yeah, I'll figure something out.
take longer than it needs to. Okay, there we go.
Gender me this. What did he open? Carpath won as part of his prize. By the way, the pricing for this event was unreal. It was like sponsored by like fucking eBay. And so the pricing was a case of Dune. And then about halfway through, Gage was like, I don't want to give these guys a case of Dune, man. So also he gave from his personal collection a sealed box of Stardust Overdrive, a set from 09. And HyperX donated a bunch of computer shit. So the first place person walked off with something like $1,000 in pricing. Although some of it was in Dune, so we did have to pay him to take that.
I don't know if there's any good ultimates that I should like look out for. But we didn't get anything in here.
I can't believe he's opening this. He's just thumbing through a Zero Gardner like he was supposed to.
For one shitty pack. Let's try again. I guess boxes are supposed to have a...
Is there anywhere to watch the new the tournament online? I don't know if Gage is going to put it up on his channel or PK Knights is, but right now it's a VoD on Gage's Twitch channel. I can't watch it. I'm sorry. It's too painful. Boku wa dokta. Tony choppa. All right. I am once again... We are so fucking back, chat. I am going to do the tier list. I want to do the tier list. Okay, I have to think out my ideas first, though. What do I think the tier 1 decks are? It's got to be Unchained, right? What are the tier 2 decks? Why the fuck do we have tier 1.5? What is this? I'm going to throw on a Danny video and try to fart again, and then I'm going to come back and we'll do the tier list.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, Blue Eyes Fist Dragon, Chaos Max, Chaos Form, and Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment. 40 cards for the opponent, 60 going second. Okay. Is that a defense position monster? I see. Chaos Form. Chaos Max. Hold up. Silver's Cry. Special summon back the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Are we dead? Chaos Max. It's over. It's so over. It's over. White Lightning. Sometimes the duel's coming quick. Sometimes just like that. Just like that. That's it. That's the whole duel. Oh, GG. GG. I'm voting for Duelist Day yet again. Yes. Okay, Blue Eyes yet again. All casual player know is make Blue Eyes, but we have Bestial Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes White Dragon, Baldrake, Jet, Lubellion, Branded Beast. This hand is great. It's fine. It has Lubellion in it. 57 cards versus opponent's 50. Set the Branded Beast first. That's a classic. Grabs Harnier. True. It's still a brick. Oh! Bright Eyes Black Meteor Dragon. Send Blue Eyes White Dragon. Summon. Battle Phase. Gravity Bind. Oh my god, it's burn. Activate Chain Energy. Okay. Defense mode. Then Lubellion. Lubellion. Branded Beast. Branded Regained. Deal 5. Summon Baldrake. Secret Barrel. Okay. Shouldn't we wait on Secret Barrel? Oh, no, it doesn't matter. No, it's actually correct to do it on that. Okay, Branded Regained. Okay. Flip the Branded Beast. Tribute.
That time I just had a nice little rest.
I love that it's popped the Gravity Bind. 500. 500. 500.
What is the
Stop.
tuning for?
Summoning. Sarnir. Summon. Battle phase. Yes! Yes! 15! Dimension wall! No! Wait, no! I'm punished! No! I forgot I voted for Duelist Day! No! Oh, no! Oh, this was supposed to be an easy one!
Owned. Absolutely owned. Okay. Let me think about where I want to put the rest of these. Branded? Labyrinth? Branded? Fluanderies? What the fuck is Monodium doing on here? Okay, I got it. Ready? Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MB. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. All right, let's actually zoom in a little more. Hey everybody, Joseph Roth. Oh my God, one more time. Hey everybody. Ugh. I'm running out of steam tonight, chat. But I got to get this done. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, and I've been sick for the... Whoa. Hey everybody, oh, you can't say fucking. I'm trying to do this. Hold up. Thank you, Dyer. Dyer, did you change the category, by the way? Or are we still in just chatting? Son of a bitch! Alright. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT. Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, and I've been sick for the last couple of days, so filling in for me on this episode will be the Joseph AI. Hello. I have been trained watching 10,000 hours of 10-minute testing. It's consistent. Bussy. It's time for the best of 3 versus meta. I think this format, Fluanderies, will be tier 1. Okay, that's the end of that joke. We're doing a tier list. You all love these. We're doing a tier list. You all seem to love these, and I can't imagine why. You're like, oh, I need to hear Joseph's insight. How am I going to be able to dominate the new format if I can't get the collective brain power of Jesse Cotton, Joshua Schmidt, and some guy who watches 2 other guys play a series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Let me do that again. And some guy who watches 2 other guys play a series of... And some guy who watches 2 other guys play another series... And some guy who watches 2 other guys play Yu-Gi-Oh! While he yells the whole time. There we go. I got it. Anyway, I just want to give you my thoughts about what's going to be good or bad. Oh. Missed one. Oh, I actually missed 2. Anyway, I just want to give you my thoughts about what I think is going to be good or bad in the post-ban list pre-AGOV metagame. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Joseph, that's one total event. Well, yes, but it's also OTS championship season, so I figure some of you suckers that still need your invite are going to need all the help you can get. So, let's walk through what is playable. Now, this tier maker list that I found has tier 1.5 on here, which we're going to use as, which I think, now, this tier maker list I found isn't perfect. This tier maker list I found isn't perfect. It's got tier 1.5 instead of 1, 2, 3 Rogue. And it also seems to have Gate, Guardian, Trap Tricks, and Dark World on here, which I don't think you should be playing under any circumstances. Let's talk about what maybe you should be playing. We'll begin with the best deck in the format, and it's going to surprise you a whole lot. It is Unchained. So it's my opinion that Unchained was the deck to beat going into YCS Cancun. It's not hard to see why. It is incredibly powerful. It's resilient. There's no individual card that absolutely beats it. And in the hands of a seasoned pro, it looks miles better than any Unchained pilot you've probably seen on duelingbook.com. It really does feel like two different decks in that way. There's one that does lose to Bystials and Nibiru, and then there's one that like just adds Sharvara to its hand and just plays chicken with you. And that one is unbeatable. I think this deck is obviously very good in the upcoming format. None of the cards within it got hit. The metagame is shifting in such a way that I think is favorable to it. That's not even necessarily true. I think this deck will be the deck to beat in the upcoming format. None of the individual cards in the deck were hit. None of the decks that are really good against it got so much better that I think that they'll be able to mount a considerable offensive. A lot of the things that people assumed would beat it, like playing Dragon Link, don't. And to top it all off, I think the ceiling on this deck hasn't yet been reached. I think even 3 weeks out, people aren't perfect at playing this deck yet. And as that changes, it'll start being represented more. The only other deck that really threatened its throne was Kashtira, and now that deck is not around. I want to put one more deck in Tier 1, and it is unsurprisingly Pearly. Now, this is another deck that... is obviously incredibly powerful. It had huge representation at the last two YCSs and a pretty good turnover rate. It rewards smart, dedicated play, but it also has a really high ceiling. Kind of mid players can get very far just by virtue of the fact that the deck kind of does a lot of the work for you. Importantly, nothing relevant to the deck got banned or hit. That's true, right? They didn't like semi-limit Sleepy or something. The one thing that keeps Pearly on and off the Tier 1 list is how much hate it attracts. When Kashtira was the best deck, it was kind of rough to play Pearly because a lot of the cards that individually beat exactly Kashtira Arise Heart, things like Book of Moon or Xyz Encore or Kaiju's, also beat a Pearly Noir. Here, that's not the case. A lot of the cards that beat... Here, that's not necessarily the case. The cards that consistently are fine against Unchained are things like Nibiru, Bystials, and those are kind of mid against Pearly. Now, if Pearly starts attracting hate again, I could see it dropping down, but I still do feel pretty confident that it's going to be a top deck in this upcoming format. Let's go to Tier 1.5. So what do I mean when I say Tier 1.5? Here, I mean decks that can conceivably take matches off of Tier 1, but over the course of a long tournament are going to be slightly less consistent, slightly less powerful, and top a little bit less than those in Tier 1. I think the differential in power between 1 and 1.5 is much lower than 1 and 2 would be. It's Cope Tier 2. Come on. First up is going to be Chimera. I'm a Chimera truther. Torres did really well with this deck just recently at Cancun, and it has a pretty good Unchained matchup. A lot of Unchained's points of interaction don't really matter to Chimera. They're live in a way that like Fluon de Riz turns off entirely, but they don't do anything the deck really wants to. Chimera is also just like really strong in a vacuum. Regardless of what your opponent is doing, ripping a card out of their hand turn 1 and then playing against a 5-carder with like a potential access to Guardian Chimera is a nice place to be. I think people aren't playing the deck perfectly yet. You see a lot of individuals just kind of scooping to cards like Dimensional Barrier, but as they get more familiar with that sort of sideboard plan, I think people will start playing Link monsters and just like linking off some of the monsters. Like you're locked out of the extra deck except for fusions a lot of the time, but hardly all of the time. And it has a resilience to a lot of its hate by virtue of the fact that if you've drawn multiple copies of Chimera Fusion, you can just set one and wait. The last thing I would say about this deck is that it's really benefiting from the hand traps people are choosing to play against Unchained, as things like Imperm leave lists because of their negative application against decks that lead Sharvara search and then just wield it over the course of the turn. They have to worry about like Baphomet getting negated a lot less, which is great news. I think this deck's really good, and I think it's easy to play. I think we'll see it a lot in the upcoming format. Next up is Rescue Ace. Here, let me do that again. Next up is Rescue Ace. I'm a Rescue Ace truther. I think this deck has a lot of room to grow. I think Max's deck is an incredible proof of concept, shows that the deck can be flexible, doesn't necessarily have to do the Terahertz thing, but can, doesn't necessarily have to do the Super Heavy Samurai thing, but can, has the ability to play into a very known metagame. The one thing that's having me keep it out of Tier 1 is it's got kind of a weird Unchained matchup. The Unchained matchup is not particularly good going second. It's fine going first because you have access to Abyss Dweller in almost every hand, but the few hands that do not have access to enough pieces of non-engine in order to overcome Unchained, you are basically up the creek. It's weird to say like a matchup spread is responsible for this deck being not as good as the decks above it, but I think it's reasonable. I think if those decks pan out to be like hated out of the metagame, then Race could have a really great time as like the most flexible option into a very diverse pool of decks. Next up, Tearlamid Strongest. I think people are really sleeping on this deck. We have one weekend of results of the new format, and Tearlamin's already got tops once again. You saw what the OCG had to do in order to stop this deck, right? They got the Kikkalos ban, they got every name at one, they just banned half of the millers. They banned all the millers. Now, we don't have Chaos Ruler, which, I mean, admittedly sucks. But that doesn't mean we can't do anything with Revolution Synchron. Some people have already labbed a bunch of lines that do, like, Eratama. And importantly, a lot of the reason this deck wasn't playable is because there was a deck in the format that banished all the cards that you played, and it was called Kashtira, and now it can't do that anymore. All right, let's go to Tier 2. And let me go to the bathroom. I'm gonna be right back.
No! No! All right, last punishment. No bean. Yeah, get owned! Let's go! Ad break, folks. All right, we'll do one extra. But it's only for the subs. No. No bean. No bean. No! No, so close! No bean! No bean! God! Honey! Get the beans! Bean. Man, dishwasher was so bad last time. Please. Dirty dishwasher was so bad. I don't want it again. Okay. I have to do it kind of backwards. L, shut up. Hit my finger on the top corner. I actually have to do it like this because it like floats easier. No, I'm not doing dirty dishwasher again. No, we're not doing it again. There's a digital spinner? Really? All right, here's the spin. I swear to God, if I land on dirty dishwasher again, there's no way. Oh my God, I thought it was going to do dirty dishwasher again. Okay, this is berry blue or toothpaste. Okay, let's do a poll. Since I did spin it the first time. There's no way. Are you guys serious? You tried this hard? You guys are so annoying. It hurts. Like, it actually genuinely hurts. You guys are so stupid. All right. In honor of getting this fucking close and it's at 50-50, I will be honorable. I will be honorable. First up. Okay. Please, if the I'm gonna throw up. Oh my god, okay. This is the dirty dishwasher, okay? This is the dirty dishwasher. Or cake, birthday cake, whatever it is.
All right, we gonna have
vomit
to.
Is a toss, maybe. I will not vomit. I will just spit it out if I hate it.
We're gonna have to hurry this one along.
It's dirty dishwasher again.
Great. Okay. Tier 2. Lab. Lab's fine. I really don't have anything to say about Labyrinth. I think the deck's like okay. I think it has a bunch of really bad matchups, including Unchained, which prevents it from being tier 1 in any sort of reasonable capacity. I think it has a really great matchup versus pretty much every deck below it, which means it's a bit of a gatekeeper, but also that I'm not really planning too much around it when I'm entering a tournament, which is incidentally very good for Labyrinth because the less back row hate you pack, the more well-positioned this deck is. It's kind of riding the teeter-totter between playable and unplayable, and as long as it can end up on playable enough times, then it'll probably do fine at some events. Next up is Branded. This card had a good weekend, so a lot of people got excited and were like, Branded's back, Branded's back. Nothing about this game plan has changed, even remotely. It still does what it does. It still has to contend with all of the cards that beat it immediately on the spot into the sun, things like Dimensional Barrier and the like, and those cards are already being played to beat better decks than it. They even gave Branded players a better deck you could play with Branded Fusion, and they said, no, we want a Gimmick Puppet Lock. That's in our best interest. We're evil. Next up, Flu. Okay, so I know you all expected me to put Flu in tier 1 because you're sick. I think that Fluanderise's incredible Unchained matchup is great. It's a huge testament to why you should be playing the deck right now. Its matchup spread is unbelievable when you compare it to the decks in Tier 1. That said, it's not very good. So Fluanderise has a couple of problems independent of the matchup. It bricks like nobody's business. There's a lot of stuff you can do to prevent that from happening as often as you would like, but it still does happen. Even when it doesn't brick, a significant amount of hands need one or two things to actually resolve in order to be able to do anything, and you can't guarantee that's going to happen. Moreover, it has a really rough time playing second. Cards like Evenly Matched and Dark Ruler No More are fine, but aren't enough to deal with end boards that any of the top decks are putting up, and for that reason, it's hard to put them in the main deck, meaning a lot of your game 1 is decided at the point of the die roll. Even its matchup against Unchained, which is theoretically really good, after all, it can beat through King Caesar. Even its matchup against Unchained, which is like theoretically very good. Rage, for instance, can't target anything. Caesar's never going to negate anything. They do still have 2 pops, which if you pop the map and 1 bird at a point when they're trying to summon M-Pen is all right. The other thing is, as Fluanderise becomes a more... The other thing is, like Pearly, if Fluanderise becomes an actual meta threat that people are prepared to encounter, they're going to be boarding cards against it, and the hate against Flu is killer. This deck cannot beat Droll and Lockbird under any circumstances. Yes, it won YCS Cancun. I understand that. I do not think it has staying power. Next up, Dragon Link. Dragon Link's fine. The limit to Chaos Space, of course, is a lot. The limit to Magnamut is a little less, but still important. That said, I don't think it modifies too much about this deck. Its game plan still exists. It's still going to put up the same linear combo every single game. It's still flexible. It's still like not bricky. It still has the ability to play through hate. But it's got a couple of problems as well. It does have weaknesses to a lot of commonly played hand traps. It does have a bit of a difficulty with a lot of the cards like the Bestials that are being played against better decks like Unchained. And theoretically, it's got a pretty good Unchained matchup, but in practice, that lasted all of one event before it ultimately fell all the way off. That said, Seal's Pass is still an FTK. Next up in Tier 2, Sprite. Not a lot to say about Sprite. It's around. It's going to be around. It's Sprite. This deck is going to exist until people get sick of it. It still loses to the same stuff. Still plays the same way. I don't think now is a particularly good time for Sprite. It feels like it has an unbelievably bad Unchained matchup. Turns out removing level 2s from your opponent's side of the field is really bad against the deck that needs to have a critical mass of level 2s on their side of the field. I think that in and of itself is probably enough to disqualify it, but it really has a hard time going second against a lot of the decks in the top tiers. Things like Pearly, for instance, theoretically eat it alive. Not much you can do against a resolved copy of X Pearly Noir. It's still consistent. It's still playable. It still puts up an end board that's fine. But it's just a little too low to the ground, I think, to be considered like a tier 1 deck. Next up, EXO. This is entirely an anti-meta pick, but I think EXO is having a moment. If you look at all the top decks, you can see that pretty much all of them cannot help but touch the graveyard in a way that EXO really likes. That's a great place to be. That said, that's never really been enough for Exosister. If all they needed were other decks to independently be able to trigger their effects, then they would have been the best deck during tier limit format, but obviously they weren't. I think it's a really good time to be playing decks with a linear, low-to-the-ground, repeatable combo, and Exosister has one of those that gets better based on what the top 5 decks look like. But I don't know if it's going to be powerful enough for it to be considered anything other than like a bottom of tier 2 deck. Let's go to tier 3. First up, this guy. I'm an Infernoid Truther. I'm an Infernoble Truther. I think if any of these terrible combo decks have a chance of breaking out of Rogue, it's going to be this one. I think people are massively, massively sleeping on this deck. I think it has a lot of potential, both as a combo deck that can just play through just about anything, provided opponents aren't playing like huge turn-ending floodgates and are instead playing really targeted hand traps against Unchained. And it also has the ability to be a couple of turns overwhelm you style deck with repeated activations of their new cards, which are insane. I think in a format where cards like Triple Tactics Thrust and Triple Tactics Talents are really, really powerful, having the spell negation is very important. And I think the end boards are really difficult to navigate. They're tough. I feel like they have a repeatability, a reusability, and a way to preempt hand traps that none of the other combo decks do. And for that reason, I think they're the top of tier 3. Next up, Monadium. People keep telling me this deck is good, man. I'll believe it when I see it. Every new time I make a tier list, people go, wow, you had Monadium that low? It's going to be the best deck in tier 1 for sure. And then when it was clear that wasn't the case, it's going to be the best deck in tier 2 for sure. And then when that wasn't the case, it's going to be the best rogue option for sure. And then when that wasn't the case, you know, they just closed their eyes and pretended Droll and Lockbird doesn't exist. A lot can go wrong for Monadium this format if Pearly becomes so important that people start sideboarding specific pieces of hate for the X Pearly Noir. It also absolutely dominates Monadium because tributing over something like a Baron after interrupting them once not only turns off their effect negation, it also turns off their counter trap, which means they end on a grand total of 0 negates. The deck has a really big problem with every hand trap in the format, be it single target negation, or turn enders like Droll and Lockbird, or Nibiru, or I think it can't play through Bestials either. Is that true? But in a world where you're like soloing, this deck's crazy. It'll get better in Agov. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Next up. Damn, I hate to say this. Kashtira is not the worst deck on this list. So yeah, a Rise Heart being gone pretty much completely neuters the deck. It's not going to be a tier 1 threat. It's not going to be tier 2. But you will see it. It cannot be overstated that all of the main deck cards, with the exception of Unicorn, are still perfectly legal at max copies. You will probably continue to see 3 Fenrir, 2 Unicorn, some number of Rise Heart, some number of Scare Cash, some number of Tier Cash at your locals. What's more, a lot of decks already play Fenrir. It's not a huge leap to expect that maybe they'll also start playing like Unicorn and Theosis in order to potentially just like make a 7 to chew through boards. I think a slightly more expansive Kashtira package may be a feature of the upcoming format, which I'm really not excited for. And unfortunately, you can still play Kashtira Pure if you're evil. All you have to do is throw in some floodgates. Whoa, is that Rivalry of Warlords? Holy guacamole. Next up. All right, I've done this a million times. This deck is terrible. It's dog water. It loses to every conceivable hand trap with the exception of the Bestials. It has almost no ability to play through anything. The boards it sets up are breakable by a number of decks in the format. It's not the best Wombo combo deck, even not the best Wombo combo deck in Tier 3. However, if your name is Jess, you are an undefeatable goddess on this deck, and there's just nothing we can do about it. Next up. Man, why do people play this deck? It feels like bad Rescue Ace in that you really want to open the level 4 Fire Warrior, but the difference between Rescue Ace and VS is that there are other good cards in Rescue Ace. I've played a significant amount of matches against VS, and I still can't understand what it aims to do. The best thing that I've ever seen it do is just set up a kind of mid-board and flip there can be only one, but that doesn't actually work against a majority of the metagame. Like, maybe there's a scenario in which Unchained has trouble outing it, but it's hardly impossible. I've seen some lists that are playing, like, Exceed in order to go into Alimbertion, in order to, like, grab a circular and then do the circular combo to set up a super factorial, which is, like, neat. Like, it's cool. But if that was good, then MathMech would be a top deck, and it's not on here. Really, really rough that people invested, like, $700 on this deck. Just isn't going to pan out this format. Next up. Man, I don't know why Mikanko always ends up on this list. Mikanko is not a good deck. I can't imagine anything going worse for Mikanko than the most recent ban list. This deck flourishes in a format where the only playable deck is Kashtira. And we've never been in one of those. We've been in a couple of formats in which Kashtira was the best deck by a lot, and you could ensure that some of your matches were against Kashtira. But unless you can assure 100% of the time you're playing against Kash, you're going to have a really tough time with this deck. A lot of these decks do have a bit of a problem with the kaijus that this deck usually plays, things like Pearly, for instance, but they also have the ability to prevent the Mikanko player from connecting. It's not particularly strong through Disruption, it's not particularly strong against any deck that has the capacity to rebuild, and its number 1 prey just got knocked off the list entirely.
Can I kiss you?
Yeah. You little brat. All right, I'm going to finish this up, then I'm going to be done.
Okie dokie.
Right. All right, next up. I don't know what this refers to. I assume it's that Adventure Synchron pile. Boy, did that flop. It's like a really neat combo deck that is not remotely resilient. It sucks. I feel like there's like 5 Wombo combo decks that are all competing for the same slice of the metagame pie. And currently that slice is like a little like pizza party sliver down in tier 3. Like, oh, who's gonna get the top cut finish with what fucking super heavy samurai, you know? It's bleak. And finally, don't play this deck. I know you're thinking, oh my god, Gazelle is at 3. It doesn't matter. There's only one place you should be playing Salamangreat, and it's rotation. No Runic. Sprite's on here. I don't know what else you want. All right. Chat. Throw me the names of the lists that are not on here and ask me why they're not on here. No Generator. Generator probably could be on here. I think the deck's surprisingly way better than people expect. But I do not think it's competitive versus any of the tier 1, any of the tier 1.5, or any of the tier 2 lists. It's a fun little tier 3 strategy for locals. Tistina, maybe next set will resolve all of its problems. Gold Pride Punk, yeah, like it's a pretty good time to be a mid-range deck. Here meaning a deck that sets up a turn 1 combo and has the capacity to do so again on turns 2 and 3. Gold Pride Punk is one of those, but so is the rest of tier 1 and tier 1.5 and some of tier 2, which means it's competing for space with a lot of decks that don't dome themselves for 4K turn 1. Plunder, God, I wish. Plunder also had a bunch of really easy matchups because you could give them a Jord token and just set a Kashtira player back super far. Obviously, Cash going away really hurts that. Valence. They didn't ban anti-spell. Mathmech. Mathmech probably could be on here. I would put it in tier 3 for sure. It's just a little inflexible. Pretty much every deck is capable of beating an access code talker, and a lot of the cards that people are boarding against the top decks are devastating against Mathmech. Primarily Nibiru and all the Bystials. Drytron, Bystials, Nibiru, DD Crow. Dinomorphia, man. Someday. That like weird weekend where there was a series of Dinomorphia tops, I was like, is this happening? Sword Soul. You know, I want to say Sword Soul is bad, but didn't it just like win the WCQ? Nibiru is poo against Mathmech? What? It's crazy. What are you talking about? How is Nibiru bad against Mathmech? Link Spider? What about Link Spider? That's what everyone always says. They're like, no, Mathmech's great against Nibiru. They can make Link Spider with the token. 1, you don't have that much extra deck space. And 2, then what? Then if you've opened Exceed and held it until the end of the turn... Link Spider and then Extender into G Golem Crystal Heart. Link Spider. And then Extender. He said that pretty quiet. New RDA stuff. I think the new RDA stuff really competes with... I think the new RDA stuff competes for space with Dragon Link, and I think Dragon Link is a much better deck than that. Marincess. Marincess is a strange deck, but really not a good time for it. Loses to a lot of the same stuff that the top decks do, and a lot of the same sideboard hate that decks like Pearly do. has a really rough time on the draw against decks like Unchained as well because they are a little normal summon reliant. Ignoring hero enjoyers so you don't have to say it's mid. I'll say it now. It's mid. You know I hate to say it. Pendulum? What the fuck? What pendulum archetype is there? Pendulum... Yeah, you can play the pendulums in Rescue Ace if you want. Oh, Joseph, if I had money to go to events, I would win all of them with MathMech. Very true, very true. What about dinos? What about dinos? What do you want to know about dinos? What is that, Skyhawk? Grow up. Adamancipator. Man, we ain't got any of that like shit that they had in the OCG. No Block Dragon, no grass. Earth Machine, don't tell peeps. Very bad deck right now. Gonna get a lot worse if Tierlament's playable. Joseph, are you coming to YCS Bologna? Give me some time to think about it. I'd like to very much, but it's in December. How is Empty Jar these days? Dear Zero. Sky Striker. Not good. How is Jund this format? Great. Jund's always good, baby. Ninja, Vlad, do your worst. All right, that's it. Bye. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, bye-bye. I'll be live tomorrow at 10, ideally. Oh, I gotta go shit out of my doo-doo ass.